Wrestling Gab. That's Delita. I am Travis. It is Monday, and that means it's time for Cody. That means it's time for Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. How exciting. Oh, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody have a good weekend? We have snow.
Yeah, it's snowing like cray outside. Cray. You're on the west side of the United States. We're on the west side. Pretty close.
West side.
Boom. Hey, buddy. And I don't know how far away that is. Ugh. Okay.
Yay.
Well, he's been here almost a week.
Mm-hmm.
He is what we call a tornado or a holy terror. Whatever you want to call it.
Right. Walter's in the chat, but saying he'll be back around 9-10 p.m. for Raw.
I don't know where the volume button is.
That, and then, nope, yep, and then right click.
How is there not a way to do this?
Sound settings?
Well, I mean, how is that a thing? Like, shouldn't it just be a button?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Sorry about that, guys. Whoopsie. Yes. All right. Oh, there's my phone. Found it. Sorry. We know you could probably hear some stuff. Hopefully we don't get banned.
I was trying to get out of there before music came on. Hey, buddy.
Okay. It's been kind of a crazy, hectic time.
Anyways,
Walter was in the chat, but he'll be back later. We've got Luke in there. Hey, Luke. We've got Film and Chris Akane. Sophie's with us. Ravi is with us. Hey, everybody. How is it going tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Meow. Meow.
Almost confused.
Meow. Yeah, Luke, that's our kitty. He's new. He doesn't have a name yet.
He's an add-on. He's a game upgrade.
Right? Film says, let's go. Women's armpits. Let's go. Excited for Raw. Love the background. Thanks, James Howell. Appreciate that. And James Howell is in the chat. My bad. Sorry about that.
Hey,
Chris says, hey, Travis and D. And Sophie says, hi. Did you see the tweets Brown made about AEW Dynamite Tony Khan? Why are we seeing fireworks? Sophie's like, I like the new opening you guys have. It is National Pets Day today. Well, we've got one of them in our midst. He's a monster. A monster. A monster. Robbie says, welcome to Monday Night Fraud. Chris said, Cody will call out Reigns tonight.
That'll be nice.
And we are starting out the night, it looks like, with Miz.
It is, Miz. He's
All
going to go
right.
one-on-one with
Robbie
Cody.
says, all about light.
Okay.
Luke says, Kitty. And Luke says, hey, Delete and Trav. And Luke, Sophie says, do you need help setting up for this stream? Broad said that watching AEW Dynamite is punishment. And Luke says, I disappear for 2 streams. You have a kitty and are trying to get banned. You know, that's how it goes, right?
I want to know how our volume's doing.
I don't know.
Because I played with that a lot. So you listen to The Miz. Tell me what he's saying.
Cody Rhodes is what Miz is talking about.
Talking about Cody. So is Cody coming out now then? Sounds pretty good on mine.
There's only one royal family.
Oh, scared me.
Kitty, stop that. Let's see.
Here he comes.
Looks that Robbie said, who's in the ring? That's Miz right now.
That is the Miz. Now it's Cody.
Daz Reynolds is in the chat. Hey, Daz says, do you think Seth will turn on Cody time they face each other?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're together to turn on him, but.
Looks like, hey, Dalitha, can you have Trav mod me on this account after Raw, at least until I get my old account figured out?
Hey, you got to figure out how to get all that crap back. That's a nightmare.
Yeah, trying to get your passwords and shit. I mean, that's the shittiest thing.
Like, did you lose your email? Because that's the hardest part. When I lost my email, I actually called, and they gave me some code. I didn't have it for like 3 years, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was using like my name, but the number 2 forever.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I finally got a hold of them through customer support through like a fantasy baseball thing. And the guy's like, hey, just give me your phone number and I can just attach it to the account and then we can just send you in a recovery email or something, like a recovery text.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a long time. This is like 2015, no, 12, 11, somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, they sent me that and then I got my email back. But I didn't have it for like 3 or 4 years. That sucked. It was nice getting it back, though. Anyways, I guess you're somewhere else.
No, it does suck when you have that shit. That's the hardest part, is not having all that stuff, especially if you save it in your phone and then the phone gets so dumb. Oh, it looks, and I apologize now for typos trying to get used to a new phone key, but you're fine. I'll figure it out. Chief Detective Martha of Chicago SWATs in the chat says,
Woo!
They're on the other state. Although they're close, yes, I have a history of the Michiganders, PD, and we Chicagoans respect one another. Nice. Sophie says, I thought Cody was going to continue his feud with Seth. Now it seems like he is going to feud with The Miz.
I don't know if this will be necessarily a feud. I think they're just getting him on TV, getting his feet wet.
Vindicators in the chat. Hey, Vince, this is Dalitha and Travis. What you doing? Watching Raw with us goobers. I wonder if Cody will treat his Miz match like his matches with MJF, LOL. Well, right now they're in both suits and they're both talking, so I'm not sure how well that will work out. Robbie says, Cody, what is he going to say? I don't know. He's going to say stuff, though. So he says, if they do unify the tag championships, we are 50% of them ending the brand split. Chris says, Cody Cutter. Luke says, the problem is I'm stupid, so I saved all my login info, including recovery info, to that one phone, and I've forgotten all the passwords. Yeah, Travis has kind of the same thing. He has it, like, all in a file on his phone.
I email it to myself.
Yeah, he does do that, though.
So it's at
and
least
I told
in
him
my
he
email.
should even make it better by emailing it to me, and then we'd both have it. James Howell says, yo, James, how's it going, my man? Michael Marriott's in the chat says, I want Cody to win.
I mean, obviously they're not going to wrestle till the end. I mean, they're both in suits.
They're both in suits. They're talking.
Cody getting everybody
Pagine is in the
jacked
chat.
up.
Hey, Jacob says, Travis, did you hear we get Ciampa today? Oh, yeah, is he making a debut on Raw tonight?
A little Raw debut again. I guess he's already been on it a few times. But.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't really on it. And is he coming up as Ciampa?
Is it? That's a good question.
I really want to know
Who was
the
he
answer.
last time? Wasn't he somebody last time he came out?
I don't remember. Sophie says it will be interesting if The Miz mentions Cody being AEW creator in this, and we got our first match about announced for Mania Backlash Ronda versus Charlotte in an I Quit match. Yep, that is happening. Chris says Cody and Randy should have a face-off. Remember the team legacy?
That would
I
be
don't,
funny.
but Michael Marriott says main event. I don't know, maybe, right?
Probably. I mean,
Cody
they
Miz.
anything else? I mean, we got AJ and Damian coming up, but anymore, that's a mid-card match.
Yeah, we should have to see Roman Reigns again because, you know, he has a title over here. Film says, hey, Jacob, how's it going, friend? My fellow tag team partner. Jacob Jean says, we will find out. And Robbie says, Miz gonna get knocked out.
You wouldn't be the grandson of a plumber. You would just be a plumber.
He's like, what?
He said, thank you.
Thank you. Like, wow, that's what you came up with?
He goes, I don't know what that is.
So he says they have 3 hours. They are probably rewriting the script and the match order right. Meow.
Right, yeah.
Luke says, this is only a temp phone. Until my brand new phone arrives. When it does, I'll be able to recover most of my info from my cloud account, but it will be a couple weeks or more. That's why I asked for this. Well, yeah, account to be made in mods till then. Oh, yeah, we'll do it. I think that you can go into it and do it while we're still on here, can't you?
Yeah.
Can I do it?
I don't know.
Can you do it here?
I don't know.
There. It was simple. More simple than I thought. More simple. More simple.
Simplistic.
So he says, didn't Cody and The Miz feud before when Cody first was in the WWE?
Oh, I'm sure. I doubt this is the first time.
Looks like, oh. Robbie's like, duh.
Crystal clear clarity.
It's third winter here in Idaho today.
It is.
I posted that on Instagram. Took a picture outside my window. I was like, third winter in Idaho. So he's like, oh, great, have Luke the power back. Yeah, well, Luke's like, woo, got my blue back. Hee hee. Chris says Cody and Miz is like looking like in a mirror, but one has blonde hair. They kind of have the same kind of lives in a way.
Yeah, they're reality shows. They're, well, I mean, Miz is self-made, where Cody was born into it a little bit. But he has put in time and effort. Cody didn't just walk through.
Right. Film says, let's go Cody. And Robbie says, Cody not giving 2 Fs. No, he don't care. Ooh, he doesn't like his chances against him. So it is going to be a match. So
Sammy Guevara was taking jabs at Cody by saying he was going to get a neck tattoo.
Who was?
Sammy Guevara.
Oh, was he?
He put it on his social media
Sammy
account
Guevara
a couple
isn't
days
cool
ago.
enough, so he's a loser.
He's like, should I get a neck tattoo? It's like, dude, you ain't Cody. Just stop.
Like, you could get one, but you still ain't going to be good enough to go to WWE. You'll always be a loser.
I mean, he could go to WWE, wrestle in NXT, and never make it to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Michael Marriott's like, cute dog. It's actually a kitty.
It's a little chihuahua.
It's a tiny, tiny kitty. Just a baby. Just a baby.
Look at the Miz's shoes. They sparkle.
Maybe he let his girls play with glitter.
They look a little fancier than that. Almost diamond-crusted shoes. See them?
Maybe.
You're maybe seeing them?
I think I've seen them, but I didn't really notice any sparkle.
Oh, they're super sparkly.
They just glitter? The glitter?
Mm-hmm. Well, little glittery. See them?
Ooh.
What is it?
So he's like, Brandy Rhodes might show up on WWE TV at some point. Robbie's like, D. Sammy ain't that bad. He's not a bad wrestler. He makes me want to barf. Vindicator says, yeah, so who wins tonight?
Ooh.
Travis, Miz, or Rhodes?
Cody.
Yeah, as Robbie says, Cody wins. Yeah, Cody wins.
Mr. Rhodes. But you.
Making it personal. So he says, give Cody money in the bank or the Rumble. It depends on when they want to do Cody versus Roman.
I want him just to say, if you will. He sounds just like his dad. He might as well.
Oh. What? Tell us, Cody.
What is it,
Tell us.
Cody?
What you looking forward to, bud? Ooh, he's looking forward to his first match back.
He was gone for 6 years. It's kind of funny. I kind of forgot that he was there 6 years ago, but he was. He was just that Stardust.
Whatever thing it was. Cody, 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 Cody.
Crowd's loving it.
Michael Marriott says, if Miz wins, we riot. Chris says, Miz should say, when my dick goes up, your mouth opens up. Say, ah. Sophie's like, Seth versus Cody round 2, another rematch from Mania. Not necessarily. It looks like he's taking Miz up on his offer of
Said
having
he would
a match.
take another one. Miz is going to attack him from behind, but Cody was already turned around. Miz should have been paying attention.
Cody was ready. He's like, here, want a chair? I'll give you your chair to you, too. I don't think he wanted the chair. He's like, come on. Come
Woo!
on, bring it. Miz is like, man, I can't catch a break around here.
Cody got his cowboy boots on. Miz got his bedazzled shoes on.
Are they cowboy boots, or do they just like,
They
or
look
they're
cowboy
loafers
booty.
and they just kind of look like that? I thought they were still just loafers.
Oh, possibly.
I wasn't really paying attention to their shoes earlier.
His dad would wear cowboy boots. He wouldn't wear loafers. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be caught dead in them. But he also probably wouldn't be caught dead in a suit. So.
Jacob says, it's going good. Al, how are you doing? And check Instagram. Luke says, Jade wants the kitty. Jade can't have the kitty. My kitty.
Kitties.
This one's mine. She has to find her own little Siamese kitty. Sophie says, Edge and Priest versus AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Jacob's like, what did you name the little buddy?
I haven't named him yet.
We haven't found a name for him.
He'll be 30 by the time we name him.
He won't be.
Whatever it is, we'll put it on his tombstone.
I don't know. Are you still a toss-up for the two we talked about, or are you looking at something else?
I haven't looked at anything.
Yeah. Robbie says The Miz does go on a lot. Sophie says, I think with Cody back in the WWE, that must have changed their plans for the whole spring-summer months. Michael Marriott says, I like how they put him in a suit as in AEW.
Yep.
Well, that's him, Michael. He said he was coming back as Cody Rhodes. He meant he was coming back as Cody Rhodes.
Whole
What
thing.
he made himself, he is the American Nightmare. He is Cody Rhodes. So.
The grandson of a plumber.
Yeah, that guy. Looks like I think you should name the kitty Maud in honor of the best and hardest working Maud, but they're me. Out there, me. Oh,
Here comes Mysterio. Which one? Dominik?
Dominik. Only Dominik?
Rey's son?
Rey's son.
Coming out by himself.
I guess he's coming out by himself. Nah, we're thinking of like Leopold or Benedict. We want him to be a sir.
Duke Leopold.
Duke Leopold. Chris says, Sammy, even your girl was in WWE before she even peaked.
Oh, fuck. He's going up against Veer.
Oh, good. Veer will kill him. Awesome. This is the best. And if he wins against Veer, then they have a problem.
No.
Sophie says they are slowly ending the brand split with him unifying two of the championships.
Maybe. We'll find out. I mean, the draft is going to be coming up in October, so maybe they'll get everything unified before then. And do they unify the two titles, the Intercontinental and the U.S. title?
Right. Yeah, what are they going to do with that?
Call it the Super Mid-Card title.
The Super Mid-Card title. The Super We Don't Give a Crap About It title.
We left them both off of the pay-per-view. And we had
suck
2-hour pre-shows, and we still couldn't figure out a way to get them on the show.
On both nights.
Old Veer. Gonna dominate Dominik. What, 30 seconds?
I don't know. We'll see.
It's not AEW. This is Vince. He buries people.
So he says, is your kitty a boy or a girl?
It is a boy.
Kitty is a boy kitty. Boy. He is a little boy. Robbie says, the bloodline don't wrestle enough. Vindicator says, in here I thought Luke was going to over Robbie like any good baby face would. It looks like. And the hoodie has arrived at the mailing address. Thank you so much. Okay, good. I had messaged you on, or replied to your message you left on our last video on Friday that they were there. Because I was like, message you on your Instagram. I'm like, hey, they're in this place. Oh, hey, they're there. Okay, you should have them. They're at the address. They were delivered. Vindicator says, put over Robbie. Oh, put over Robbie, not going to over Robbie. That's gross, man.
She thought they were talking about
swinging. I like this game, he
I could
says.
do it once.
Luke says, in a tweener personality event, I only put over myself unless it benefits me otherwise. Vindicator says, so Cody versus MJF Jr. is probably the main event tonight. I was hoping it was going to be Liv and Rhea Tag Championship.
And it could be. We don't know how they're going to end it. And it really depends on what storylines they're going to be working with.
Sophie says, Tommaso Ciampa is there. Do you think they will change his name since that is the habit that they have been doing lately after NXT call-ups?
Ooh, I don't know.
Some of them don't
Maybe he'll
change
come
their
out
names.
and quit because he said he would if he ever got called up to the main roster.
Possibly.
So we'll see if he's a man of his word.
Robbie says, Condom getting the win tonight. Whatever. Chris is like, Veer baby. Michael Marriott says, Sir Wigglebottom. Jacob says, did you know Veer used to play baseball and they made a movie about Veer?
I did not know they made a movie about him, but I did know that he pitched in the minor leagues in baseball.
Sophie says if they do end the brand split, that opens the door for the mid-card champions to have new challenges across both brands.
Right.
Sophie's like, you should name your kitty Sasha. No.
And by doing that,
I don't want
are
to
they
name my
going
kitty after
to
any wrestler.
just be traveling nonstop? I guess they kind of did that anyways, but it just seems crazy to be nonstop traveling because SmackDown and Raw are not going to be in the same cities. So some of these guys are going to be on for 2 days a week for months.
Mm-hmm. Sophie's like, I meant Edge. No, you didn't. You meant Sasha. And no, I wouldn't name my cat Edge either, ever. Like, ever. Ever. They're the most despicable old geezer butt out there. Yuck.
Edge.
The Indicator's like, yeah, boys can have girl names like Ryan or Bobby or Dylan. No. Jacob's like, it's called the $1 Million Arm.
Ah.
Interesting.
I'll have to Google it.
Sophie says if Tommaso Ciampa is used, will his best friend Johnny Gargano might resign with the WWE.
Can you imagine this guy hitting you with a fastball and then you charging the mound? Sorry. Some Nolan Ryan shit back in the day.
Jacob Jean says, hey, Vin. And Michael Marriott says, how's my name choice? Sir Wigglebottom?
Nothing wrong with Sir Wigglebottom.
I don't know. Travis calls him Evil and then calls him Mr. Bigglesworth. So, and I do not want him named Mr. Bigglesworth. Thank you very much. Michael Marriott said that. Robbie says sometimes WWE has some shite camera angles. They've done it so badly anymore that it's ridiculous.
They learned it during the pandemic, and then they just kept it in play, and it's so annoying. They changed the camera angle so many times during a match. Instead of just having it like this.
Mm-hmm. So you can see
close
what's
up,
happening.
Far away, close up, far away. Now over here, left, right, left, up, down, left. It's like, ugh.
They're like, we're making it dramatic. It's like, you're making me want to throw up.
All right, there's the bell.
They're starting. So is he going to beat him up? Well, he didn't beat him.
Dominik moves.
He didn't beat him in a match last time. Didn't the guy just come out and beat somebody?
Just threw him. Oh, shoulder block.
Oh, gee, Dom, where's your daddy to help you?
Fear with a big clubbering blow right in the back.
Meg says, hi, Jacob. Say hi to Robbie or he will ban you. Looks like, okay, I'm going to eat. I'll be back later, hearts. All right, Luke. Sophie says, remember what the WWE was like before they brought back the brand split, which will be 6 years in a couple months.
I remember wrestling when there wasn't a brand split. But they did it before, and then they put it together, and then they split it again. I don't know, when is their contract up with both of these television networks? Is it this year?
That's a good question, huh?
I thought they were 3-year deals for some reason. And it's got to be close to that. Oh! Veer caught him, sort of. Oh!
And then threw him into the barricade like he should.
Veer, you're supposed to be indestructible. He fell backwards. But the wall caught him.
He's like, oh. He's like, I didn't mean to fall.
Why are you doing this on the outside? Oh! The $1 Million Arm.
That's
oh, Lord.
Cute. How cute. That's so cute.
He must be a southpaw.
Robbie says, yeah, some long pan and scars, or scans. Long pan and scans. I don't know what that means. Michael says Sir Bark-a-Lot. No, he's not a dog.
Sir Barkle.
He does have
There it is.
He does have a raspy meow, but that's normal for Siamese. Jacob Eugene says, did you know he is 6'4" and 247 pounds? And hey, Robbie.
He's not little.
Yeah, no, he's not. Sophie says, I thought Veer was meeting Rey. No, he's meeting Rey's son. Robbie says, do you excited for Dom? No.
1 minute, 58 seconds.
It took him 2 minutes to kick that guy's ass. Veer. Sad. Robbie's like that, and Sunil Mahal says, kick his ass, Veer. Robbie says, big up, Jacob. Chris says, Veer would be just another monster of the week if Cena was still there. Sophie says, who loved the single brand pay-per-views when they were around for a short amount of time?
You know, it was okay with the network, where they were doing 2 a month. They would do a SmackDown pay-per-view and then a Raw pay-per-view.
Oh.
But they got rid of that pretty quick. I think they did it for a few months.
Vindicator says Veer will be just like Omaha. Go out only to go through the motions and crowd won't care one bit. No.
He's a little bit smaller and a little bit more athletic. Actually, probably a lot more athletic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he can be a star if they decided to take it that way. It's just weird that he's trying to beat Dominik. He should be doing this to one of the bigger, badder guys.
Robbie's like, Vin, you joker. Dom needs to hit the gym. So he says, everybody at Warner Media is worried with the merger that started today and it could affect AEW next year. Michael Marriott says, squash, and Sonoma Hall says, that's right, Veer. Choke him until he is no more. Unalive him. Unalive him. I didn't know that Warner Media was merging with anybody else.
Who did they merge her with?
What merger?
CNN?
If that's the case, I'm not watching AEW anymore.
What the? What?
Chris says, but not gonna lie, Veer isn't botching he moves okay, so maybe he can be booked decent. Sophie says, with the single brand pay-per-views, it was good for the brand that didn't have a pay-per-view that month. They get that weekend off. Robbie says, Dom is blowing out of his ass. Oh, he broke the little boy. That's awesome.
Put him on a cart.
They had to put him on a stretcher to take him out. That's funny. Veer's
Bye.
like, rah.
Bye, Dom. Take your time coming back. Where's your Faja?
Right? Jacob's like, how about Omos versus Veer?
I'm okay with it. Maybe not today, but somebody like that and then just have Veer decimate him. And you'd be like, whoa.
So he says Warner, Discovery, and TBS new president might not be interested in wrestling on that channel. He might be dumb to do that.
Well, it just depends on the ratings. That's what it all is going to boil down to.
Michael Marriott says, do you need any more mods? Nope, we
Not
don't.
today.
Not right now. Robbie says, LOD, this is child abuse on the poor lad. LOL. If it was child abuse, why are you laughing about it? You thought it was funny too. See? Everybody wants to see Dominik Mysterio get his ass beat by a big man. Sophie's like, Bobby versus Omos and MVP. I think that's where it's going. Chris says USFL. What the fuck is that?
United States Football League. It's like Canadian football, but in America.
Michael Myers says, okie doke. And Roberto Lozano's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says, hello. Was that a monster or a man? That was a man. His name is Via.
I think it was a monster.
Matthew says, hey, you all. The sound seems low.
Low, low, low.
You might have to turn your shit up.
How low can you go?
You said it sounded good when you listened.
Well, yeah, but I also had it on an earbud.
Oh.
So it might not be that great over surround sound or something.
True.
I was trying to get it to where it'd be dead, like no background noise.
Uh-huh.
And if you add just a little bit of volume on any of the, because there's like 4 different ways to turn volume up, it would start adding a little bit of static. But just probably such a low amount that nobody would notice. So I can turn it up if people are upset about it. That's why when we first went on, I said, are they saying anything about the audio?
Nobody did. The only person that did was Matthew so far. Robbie says, D, it's your bad influence. I think it's all you. Sophie says USFL sounds like a joke football league. Chris says NFL. I mean, I know it's national, but same thing.
Right.
Michael Marriott's like laughing my butt off. Limbo Travis. Oh, Limbo Travis.
Limbo.
Jacob says, imagine Braun coming back versus Veer.
Why not? Bring him back. Sign him up.
Sophie was like, wow, an AEW promo on the USA Network. Smart move to get more eyes. Robbie says, D, it's always you. Not really. I don't do anything.
Stack it.
Can't try it because we don't have one. We don't have a DQ. So can't try stuff you don't have.
We don't have a Melt Queen.
Can't get my blizzards anymore. It's rude.
You have to go to IF.
I think it's funny that the Spider-Man thing did it, that there were all the different Spider-Mans and all the people who played Spider-Man. So weird. Chris
you can
says,
get all 8 videos on Vudu for $80.
wow. Chris says Joe versus Suzuki on AEW will be amazing.
Will it? You excited for that one?
I hate Samoa Joe, so I'm not looking forward to any of his matches. Robbie's like, so the
Could be
Usos
bloody.
winning all the titles tonight? Sure.
Is that happening tonight?
Is that
I didn't
the
see anything advertised for that. That'd be nuts.
Intercontinental Championships happening on SmackDown
On
this
Friday
week?
against Jinder Mahal.
Sophie says, don't forget AEW haters. We are all bots, according to Tony Khan. Well, maybe
I don't
should.
hate AEW. I'm realistic, so I can't be a bot.
Right.
Could be programmed, but I'm not.
You're programmed every day. Just kidding.
Every morning, I update my software.
Yeah. Tommaso Ciampa officially called up. Sweet, Jacob.
So you have a name, though.
It just called him Ciampa, so they didn't really specify anything in that particular article. So if there was something, then it wasn't, like, specified on it. What?
Nothing.
Where's his daddy?
I don't know. His dad took a night off, and then all of a sudden his son gets hospitalized. I hope Dominik feels really good about that. So I mean, they're setting up Veer against Rey.
Mm-hmm. He strikes.
It looks like
fear in the
Raj
heart of-
Kuthapal-Dre or whatever.
with
his
lots
name
of hair.
is. Yeah, just if he put a wig on.
He strikes fear in the heart of any man. Just so you guys know.
Yeah. By the way, don't do promos. That's how you build a strong guy. Is no promos.
So he says, do you think Roman will be stale if he is on both shows every week?
Yes, anybody would be. So, King is out there instead of Corey Graves because Corey Graves is out probably surfing on a beach somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably will not see Carmella tonight either.
Nope. But they're giving us a blobbery blob about
Last Sunday.
AJ Styles and Damian. Ooh, how exciting for us all.
Heading into WrestleMania, I was lost.
Bobby says Dom out of action for a few weeks now. Kelsey and Jacob is in the chat. Hey, Kelsey, and says, Chris Akani says, but a dream match for me would be Walter, a.k.a. Gunter, versus Suzuki in a steel cage. That would be devastating match.
Put it in a cage. Take any match and then put it in a cage and it makes it better.
Does it?
Yes.
So he says, Braun also said that Tony Khan is scared of his wrestling league, which doesn't sound like a wrestling promotion at all.
Well, I know a lot's going on over there that's going to be changing. I would assume when people's contracts start coming up and they don't have the money to re-sign them, we're going to see a big turnover with the original guys. Not necessarily the new guys coming in because they know what WWE is like and they know they can't make it. But there are a few guys that would still make it.
Right.
John Moxley could make it on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Damian. He's going to attack him from behind. Oh,
he pushed him and then attacked him. So he gave him a chance to turn around first. Robbie says, I'm not interested in Gunter.
I don't mind him. I want to see what they're going to do with him, and I have a feeling it's not going to be anything that's going to make anybody happy.
Right. Kelsey and Jacob's like, And Robbie says, none whatsoever. Chris says, Veer should tip over Dom's stretcher. He's already off to the hospital, so he can't do it. Vindicator says, Travis, you ever fought a guy with a beard as long as Veer?
Nope.
So he says, Dee looks like a villain with a kitty in her hand. Chris says, too many WWE weddings. Sophie says, my baseball team won 3 out of 4 this weekend. So he says,
Woo.
Bliss also got married this weekend as well.
She did. No, so who's this dude that she married? Is he like famous or something? Cabrero or whatever his name is? Cabrera? Whatever.
I don't even know him, so.
no idea who this dude is, but
I
he
couldn't
hangs
even
out with.
say his name because I don't know his name.
He hangs out with some people from like New Kids on the Block, I think. So I figured maybe he was in there or a songwriter for him or something. But I haven't Googled him, so if anybody else knows anything about this dude, let me know.
Robbie says Edge heel turn trying to be like Randy a few months back. Sophie says Jon Moxley contract expires next month.
Yeah, we'll see if they can afford him because he's their highest paid guy. He's making like $2 million a year. So if they get rid of him, they can afford more of these NXT guys.
Right? Chris says, I just think Edge wants to become Gangrel like the Brood, no originality. Whatever that means.
Greatest order of all time.
Sophie says dream match Sami Zayn versus Kenny Omega.
Really?
That's an interesting dream match. Robbie says, do they need to be famous? LOL. I don't know. He's famous enough that people was at their wedding for photos, I guess.
Yeah, and that wasn't because of her. It's got to be because of him. I just figured that he knew somebody about something. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just some random weird-looking Joe.
Vindicator says Bliss' husband is irrelevant like she is these days. And Chris says lots of hearts are broken now that Bliss is married. Sophie says it's interesting that Alexa and Carmella both got married a day apart and the same guests went to both weddings.
Yeah, that's all right.
Seems smart to me.
Yeah, consolidate. What is this, some movie?
Stupid NBA stuff.
Oh. Marv Albert's the shiznit. Remember his whole panty gate thing?
Who?
Marv Albert.
No.
Yeah, he got suspended. They were going to fire him. Something about some lady's panties. He kept them with him or something. I can't remember the story.
He kept her panties?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. God, this was 15 years ago probably.
That's funny.
Obviously, he's still around, so they didn't get rid of him. It's a whole new world.
Forgot how spicy those were.
Oh, May 7th, Kentucky Derby. That's horse racing at its finest. You're being noisy.
Isn't trying to be.
Too noisy. Better put that in my phone, the old Kentuck.
Robbie says Bliss is a ham roll and her partner looks like a wet fish. Robbie says, I never really got the hype on Bliss. Sophie says, I don't think Jon Moxley would come back to the WWE with the way he had badmouthed the company after he left.
Look at that. That's the Cubs' top prospect.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 17. Look at that.
Oh my God, the opening bid is that? Holy crap.
Danny's like, yeah, nobody's bid.
I wonder why.
He's like, look at the price.
Like, I think they might be asking a little much. Let's see. Sophie said that. How is it cough, blood, or splatting? Yeah, I forgot how spicy those chips were. Vindicator says Alexa is pretty to many people, Robbie, but she is not prettier than my baby Liv. Future tag champion tonight if Rhea doesn't screw it up. Jacob Hagin says, I just shared your stream on Instagram. Thanks, Woo! Jacob. That's really nice of you. Sophie says Alexa's new husband is one of the Mrs. best friends who shows up on his show every once in a while.
I did not know that.
Had no idea. I didn't even know the Miz had real friends.
Got tons of friends. I think he went to both weddings.
Jacob's
I know Maurice
like,
was in a lot of pictures.
How dare you try Takis? Oh, it's not Takis. They're not Takis. They're called, jalapeno popper cheese curls by a company called Hers. And they're a little spicy.
They're good.
They're really good, though. So
All
he
right,
says
here
The
comes
Undertaker
Damian.
is going to have his own podcast. It will be like Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions. That's interesting. He has all the skills.
The Kentucky Derby.
I guess Damian decided that he needed to wear a weird vest thingy.
Didn't he always wear that? Oh, not that one.
Mm-mm. He would take him off, though. So he says Undertaker is going to have his own Oh, I already read that. Robbie says, "Hello, Vin. Do you look at pictures every night of Liv before you sleep?" Oh.
Who doesn't?
You gross. Jacob's like, "I have tried those. Not spicy." Yes. They're not spicy to most people, but I am not one of those people who eats a lot of spicy food. So to me, they're spicy. And I have to eat them for a while and then they're not as spicy, but they're still spicy.
What do you think?
I think it looks good. I like it. I saw it on mine. But yeah.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into cool things.
I am into cool things.
Are you?
Sometimes.
It's probably why you like
Hey, they
me.
started this match already. I think AJ's mad.
AJ's always mad.
Is he?
Yeah, he's short.
Is that why?
Us short people are always angry.
Sophie says Ryan Cabrera did have one song, but I don't remember the name of it. Is that who she married? Was a one-song dude?
Yeah, that Cabrera or whatever.
Canberra. Sophie says the first hour is almost over, and Jacob says, Travis, you should try Takis. Travis will never try Takis.
I don't know what that is. A walkie-talkie?
It's a chip. It's a spicy chip. Those chips that
Does it have
McKenna
gluten
like.
in it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does.
No.
Sugar, gluten, all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, I haven't had sugar since December,
Cheese.
the 28th of December, so I'm doing pretty good. And when I say sugar, I mean even fruit. Like, all of it. No sugar.
Yeah, I don't know if you don't count berries as a fruit.
They don't.
Or
Because they're not
or a sugar.
one of those fruits.
They're not one of those sugars.
Mm-mm. No, you could have dug them up out of the ground 100,000 years ago. They grow as they were.
Mm.
They're not man-made. Where most every other fruit is when you start talking about fruits, bananas, apples, oranges.
Well, I knew that bananas were grown to not have seeds in them. And then, or big seeds.
Right.
And then I thought there were some apples that were still kind of like normal.
Right. You probably could get seeds and grow them yourself, and that would be considered an ancient apple. Because the ones that are crossbred still have the native seed.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly. I don't know anything about apples.
Vindicator says, I thought they changed Damian's gimmick once he's aligned with Edge, but he's still doing that silly split personality shtick, so putting him with Adam Copeland was pointless.
He's got a leader now.
Robbie's like, LOL, Travis with a diet AJ Styles would appreciate.
Possibly.
Jacob's like, I want some Takis, and I also need to get a bite to eat real quick. Well, maybe you should get a bite to eat and have some Takis with it.
Make yourself a sandwich.
With some Takis.
Put some Takis on the side.
Just put them on the sandwich.
Sounds very walkie-talkie, though. I don't know if I can eat it.
Yeah. They're basically a Dorito that's really spicy, and it's rolled up.
Right. That's cool. Are they that big? Like a Dorito that's rolled up? Like that big? Not that big around.
They wouldn't be that. They're smaller. They're like that.
Roll
like
tight.
little tubes, like straws. Like mini straws kind of thing. Robbie's like, so MVP rolling with the bigger dog now? Yes. Jacob says, did you see the new Buffalo Wild Wings new wings? No.
Is that the commercial? Then yes. In real life, no.
Vindicator says, Deletha, does Kitty spend most of each day sleeping like a baby or jumping around causing some confusion for my good friend Naxos? I will let Travis tell you the story.
A little of both, but he is a little tornado of terror.
Yesterday he
sleep.
wasn't.
Yesterday he slept all day. He even slept
And
all
all
night.
night.
We'll see if he sleeps tonight.
But today, he was a crazy person. But at first, he didn't like the dogs. He was not a friend of them.
Yeah, not friend of dog.
The dogs were very interested in him. He not so much interested in them. He hissed on them a lot. He's just starting to just kind of not give a shit. Like, ew, I don't care about you. So, Robbie says none of them crisps are spicy, really. Of the Takis. So, I mean, okay, so if you eat spicy foods, like you probably do, they probably aren't spicy. But if I eat them, they're spicy.
Yeah, there's certain things that I don't even find spicy at all. That other people are like, oh, it's kind of spicy. And I don't even, to me, it's as smooth as milk.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like one of those things. Like, some people don't even find some of it spicy. And I'm just like, it's so spicy. And some of it's like gross spicy. Like, it has no flavor. If it doesn't have flavor, that's nasty.
Yeah, if it's just hot and has no flavor, it's not even worth eating. Killing it.
That's funny. I nailed a steak to my hand. Like a wooden steak.
Do you need that chair? It's a work chair that vibrates.
And it has heat?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't think that was the same commercial that was up there.
It's not. They're different commercials.
Weird. But that's the same. Let's see. Robbie says LOD.
Whoa.
Only you. No, there's other people that are like me.
Oh, AJ. AJ split open.
Again? Seems like a normal thing for him anymore.
Maybe he's a cutter.
Maybe he's a cutter.
He's blading.
It's fine. He just cuts himself. It's okay. It's okay.
He's a top mid-card guy now. Or AJ. He don't care. He's getting paid.
All right. He only has so many years left on his contract, and he's just going to be done. You know he's invested in shit, so he won't have to come back. Thing of it is there another, big title win for him in his short future?
I don't see it. I mean, he could win the WWE title or something from Cody or something, like down the road, like a year or something.
Yeah, but
1, 2, and
Riley's like, Damian Priest, come on, AJ. How are you getting beat by him?
he has to prove himself to Edge here tonight.
Robbie's like, AJ still never lost it. Never lost what?
It.
Oh, it? What's
Just it.
What's the it?
It is the ability to impress when people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I just made that up.
Oh, okay.
Sounds pretty good, though.
It does sound good. Sounds professional and stuff. Luna's in the chat. Hey, Luna says,
Whoa.
my nose was just now runny when I saw the B-Dubs commercial. Yes, I eat at B-Dubs, but not often.
B-Dub.
Alrighty. Robbie's like, it his styles, DLOL. Is it his styles? He never lost his styles.
You can save 40% on titles if you go over to WWEshop.com.
Bianca Belair versus Queen Zelina tonight. Well, that's going to be lame.
It happens.
Lame.
There's a big kick.
Lame.
Damian
Lame.
doing hit kicks.
Jacob's like, I got some Takis. Did you get the original Takis or different Takis? So he's like, AEW almost got AJ Styles. Communicator says, so what does Kitty eat? Soft canned food or crunchy food from a bag?
Both. He's spoiled. He'll eat whatever he wants.
I gave him a tiny piece of
As
chicken.
long as it's cat food. Not into giving animals human food too much.
He got a little tiny piece of chicken. When
I gave him
eating
some raspberry the other day. Raspberry has like 1 million cells. It looks like I gave him one of those.
Yep.
He liked it. Look at the Pele kick drops Damian.
He's like, what do I do with myself? Robbie says, nah, I'm good. Don't need WWE merch. I will leave that for D. I only like some of it. If they have funny sayings on it, I'll get them. But anymore, they're so dumb that I don't even bother.
I think Cody has a shirt that says American Nightmare on it. It's pretty cool.
Eh. It's not as funny as some of the other ones.
Whoa! Well, it's not funny.
Or good. Sophie says, now they are going to Saudi at the end of October or the first week of November, not September, as previously reported.
Ah.
Jacob says, but they are extreme, but I like them. Oh.
I would rather them be a separate month. They don't need to go back-to-back weeks or whatever in a different country.
Yeah,
all the lights are going off.
Oh, good. We can't see anything that's happening. Oh. Did your head fall down finally?
The blue light recharges them. Damian is now recharged. Commercial break.
Commercial
break.
Commercial break. So this is Apple TV plus baseball. I heard a lot of people hated the commentary for it.
I don't know. I don't have Apple TV, so I won't be able to watch it.
They're missing out on a lot of people and that can watch that stuff. They're like, we don't care. We're trying to see if we can get the younger people to watch it. It's like, no.
Do younger people buy Apple TV?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
I'd have to see what's on it because why would I want another streaming service that's now it's just connected to like an Apple telephone?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems weird to me.
Yeah.
It'd be like Galaxy coming out with its own streaming network.
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm.
Or Android or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, it'd be something like that, and it would be dumb.
I mean, there was a series on there that I did want to watch. I can't remember what it was.
An original on Apple TV.
Paul Rudd or something on it. I can't remember.
Was it the Will Ferrell one?
Maybe, I don't know.
No, maybe.
I just know. I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. It was that Jason. Not Jason. It was one of those guys. Was he a soccer coach?
I don't think so. I don't remember. I just remember it was a show I wanted to watch. It was a series, I believe.
And here says, I thought either The Fiend or Malachi Black was returning tonight with those lights going down. Chief Detective Martha says, I have Roku. And Ravi says, is Apple TV worth it? It doesn't sound like it to me. I wouldn't get
I'd have
it.
to Google and let you know. I have no idea.
But
I have
like
a
Apple.
Roku smart TV and a Android smart TV, which is the Sony, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm. Sophie says, you could watch baseball in so many different ways. Now I've seen the schedule. There are some games on ESPN, which I found out last week. I don't have.
They're always on ESPN. Every Sunday night, they've always been there. And I'm assuming they'll have, like a Thursday night or something game too.
Well, it really sucks you don't have ESPN because most of the time it's included on everything.
Fox is the one that just holds baseball hostage on Saturdays. They own every game and they have their choice of which one they're going to play, and then nobody else can watch any of the other ones. It's kind of shitty. Fox does that. But you can always watch it on MLB TV. You should be able to watch any game on there unless it's your home team, which is also weird.
That's so weird.
Isn't it?
I don't understand why they do that.
Now they will lift the blackout if the game's sold out. So if every ticket is sold, they will lift blackouts. So like in Boston, you can watch all your games.
Right.
Because they sell out every game. St. Louis, another one.
Oh, they must not have very many seats.
Oh, no, they're huge stadiums. Well, Boston's not, but they're still playing at that old Fenway. It's tiny.
Robbie says, how much TV can one person watch in one day? I have no idea.
I don't know. I didn't watch any today.
Sophie says, I don't know that many people that have Apple TV Plus. I know a couple of people that tried it out for a while to test it out. Robbie's like, Eston needs a slap.
Yep. They're just going to have to find somebody to do it. After they buried Becky. We got nobody.
Yep. Got rid of her, and then, what was the other? Oh, she's up against Queen Zelina tonight.
Yeah, that's nothing. Nobody cares about that. At least I don't think they do.
power in the thing has been restored.
So did he just disappear?
He was out there, and that was it.
Look at his face. He's got like 6 contusions on his face.
That's really weird.
It's not like in one place. It's like several.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because of Damian Priest's jacket.
The Miz. So I guess that match is now not the main event. So that match didn't end.
Does that mean AJ Styles won?
No, well, possibly.
That's weird.
If Damian just left. He's lathered in jealousy. They'll let Baron talk more. I guess they don't want the king to talk because he might say something offensive. That's what he used to do in the old days. Just say offensive shit. It was funny. Like, I definitely miss the guy because I think people should be more offended. But
Right. So it says my aunt had Apple TV for a month and she watched whatever was on there and she decided not to keep it for whatever reason. Jacob says, Travis, look at the Gable Stevenson shirt on WWE Shop.
is that funny? Or is it just cool? Here comes Cody.
Sophie says, so The Miz versus Cody is the main event of Hour 1. Vinegar says, I was wrong. Cody is a mid-card jobber. Just kidding. Hour 1 is already in the history books, Sophie.
Maybe
Robbie
they're going to go
says,
tuck in their
Can the
babies.
Miz ever be upstaged?
No. He's not going to get outworked. You can even ask John Cena. John Cena will say the same thing. You can't outwork The Miz. Cody's back.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, he does everything in his power to be where he's at, even if it is just a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, and he started out as a reality TV star. Like, he really did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Except for just made himself. He probably just believed in it and stayed true. Give it to that kid. That kid, I want that belt back at the end of the night. No, I was kidding.
I'm ready for Asuka and Io Shirai.
Asuka.
That's what that person's sign said.
Maybe in NXT. I don't really want to see Io up on the main roster.
Are you not ready for to be on the main roster at all, ever? Or
Never. I'm not a fan of Io Shirai. I've seen her wrestle a lot. In NXT, she did some funny stuff, you know, like when she was in the dumpster. Remember the garbage can?
Oh, God, that was hilarious. She threw herself off that fucking top of that thing.
No, that was nuts. All right. It has officially started. Oh, Seth's coming out.
Hey, Seth's coming
Why
out.
didn't he come out before the bell rang?
I don't know.
At least Seth knows how to get it done. Look at this outfit. I'd be embarrassed just to show up with pants that look like that with
Why
no
are they
socks
so
on.
far up his body?
That's what I just said. But he's
What?
also dancing with it.
Why? Why? Why are his
And they're like
pants-
long-waisted.
Why are they so...
Look at
Look
this
how-
waist.
It's not... Like, the crotch area is very, very long. Why is it so long?
He's got like women's britches on. All right, so the bell has rang. Now it's official. They are touching. But we were a full minute into this match before they even touched each other.
So it sounds like Apple TV is the bottom of the barrel of streaming services that are out there.
I haven't read anything about it.
I've heard they have some pretty good, like, of their own personal content, but
Whoa!
other than that, eh.
Pops it up, kicks him in the face. Miz falls down to the outside. Cody going through. Ooh, Miz gets out of the way wisely. So there's a group of fans up in the audience, if they pan back a little bit, that are in white light, and everybody else is in red light, so it looks weird. It's like one of their light covers broke or something. Maybe there's a few groups like that. See, there's one there, one there.
Mm-hmm.
So they must be doing it all over. It's just strange looking.
They're red dots and white dots and blue stripes.
Merca, look at the vertical suplex. Oh, drops him right down on his stomach. Too. Like a little gort buster, or whatever they used to call that back in the old days. Oh, Cody doing push-ups. Like it's Cesaro out there. Cody. His mouth reminds me of Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. Do you know if you stick that fork inside of an outlet, it could start a fire? Let me show you. All right, Cody throwing Miz. Miz reverses it into the corner, up, over. Miz is just too good. Kicks him right in the chesticle. Miz, big boot right to Cody's face. Cody's in trouble. Can he lose his first match back? On Raw.
Mm.
He does have a WrestleMania win.
Yeah. Robbie says, so Cody going to be the heavyweight champ on Raw?
He could be.
Maybe. So he says, it'll be interesting with Friday Night Baseball. How many baseball fans will pay to watch it on Apple TV?
I will not.
And Jacob says, can you please check Instagram? I will here in a minute, Jacob. So he says, with Apple TV, sometimes they give you a free month of it, depending on where you get it from. So he says, give a Cheeto to your kitty. No. And here it says, actually surprised Cody was that strong, just thought has a technical wrestler and high flyer.
Yeah. Cody's a stud.
Pico's in the chat. Hey, Picola. Says, hey, King. Welcome to Monday Night Cody.
It's Monday Night Cody.
And so he's like, that was weird how they ended the Priest Styles match.
Just strange.
Just
like,
weird.
He disappeared? Did he get beamed up to his spacecraft or something?
He got beamed up to his... He got beamed
They're like,
up
let's go to a
his
commercial. Let's just end
spacecraft.
it. Screw it. Nobody was watching it anyway.
Right? Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Cody just got booted right down to the floor. And commercial. Go to commercial.
Cody Rhodes' merch.
Merch. American Nightmare. Damn, he has more than one. He must own his shirts because those are the same shirts that he had in that one at least.
Oh, mm-hmm.
He owns his own symbol.
Probably.
That's pretty cool. You could buy that shirt for AEW and WWE.
That's Gable Stevenson's. Gable means gold, it says.
It's pretty cool. In silver. Gable means gold in silver.
Right? Gold medalist, 2-time division, 1 national champion, 3-time conference winner.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's legit good.
Nobody said he wasn't good at wrestling normal. But will he be good at
Professional wrestling.
professional wrestling? That's the question of the night.
I mean, Kurt Angle did good.
Yeah, I guess Chad...
Hopefully he's working on his talking and doing acting lessons and putting in the time.
Mm-hmm. I guess Chad Gable does good, too.
He does all right.
So
He's
he says,
undersized, but
that was weird how they ended the... I read that. Pico says, what's new? Have you named your kitty yet?
No names.
No names. Jacob Master Attractive. Sophie says, Cody said in an interview he knew for a while that he wanted to leave AEW for the WWE. Jacob says, we will see him in WWE sometime. Gable Stevenson? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, they showed
They
him
signed
on
him,
Mania.
whatever, years ago.
Seems like it. It was after the Tokyo Games.
You get me.
Chips?
No. Cookies.
Oh, they're individually bagged.
Yep.
Do you want them open too?
You can. Just open 1 or 2.
Here, have 5. And then I'll open you one. Put them somewhere. Unless you want me to hold them.
Nathan, Rita, Rada.
Hey, Nathan.
Rita is in the chat. Hey, Nathan, how's it going? Thank you. Says, cool, what?
Cool. He just likes the cat.
Cool. Jacob says, we will see him in WWE. And, oh my God, Gable Stevenson versus Veer.
That'll be the guy that stops him.
Maybe.
Theaters April 22nd. Some wolf with a coat on.
The bad guys.
So
It's just a commercial right now, guys. We haven't gotten back to the wrestling quite
yet.
yet.
We're waiting for it to come back on.
So it says, I wonder what would have been the backup plan for Rollins' opponent for Mania if they didn't get Cody, or if Cody backed out at the last minute.
I just didn't see that happening. But they could have easily brought in Elias. He was there. He was ready. Or Ezekiel. Right?
Vindicator.
He would have been there.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Vindicator says, will you choose kitty name the same way you did for the doggies?
Don't know how we're going to do it. I mean, at some point it has to happen, though, because I'm calling him all sorts of names to get him to come to me. So I need to probably get on it.
Just pick one and see if he comes.
Well, that or just start calling him it, and then he'll eventually just, instead of saying, hey, here, hey. Well, he's going to wake up because that's what I really do.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Cat, where are you at? Just call him Cat.
Just call him Cat. Because it says, I'll be looking forward to The Northman when it comes out later this month.
Is that a series or a movie? Isn't that a movie?
Yeah, that's the movie, that Northman movie we saw.
Yeah, I'd probably watch
previous.
that.
That looks really good. So he says, after Cody Rhodes returned to the WWE, all the AEW loyalists were crying about it. Ernest Bell is in the chat. Hey, Ernest. And Chris says, man, if I were Rollins, I wouldn't give two Fs about K-Fab. I'd have two timing Becks out there on my lap and a cold one. We are live. What is Vince going to do? Fire me on live TV without reason? Yes. Yes, he will.
Yeah, and he's not firing your wife, so you're fine.
Vindicator says maybe kitty name should be Dough Drop since he is a similar color to some forms of dough.
Dough Drop.
Bicola says the trailer kind of reminds me of a more modern Conan the Barbarian.
A little bit, right? And it has the same storyline. So that's what reminded me of it.
The Northman?
Yeah. I'd like to see him redo the Conan the Barbarian, but the same way, if it would even go over.
So, you know what's really funny about this? They're actually giving Miz more TV time in a match than they ever have in a long time.
Yeah, we're over 10 minutes. Well, right at 10 minutes.
Like, this is not normal for them to do, so it's kind of cool. Jacob says, hey, Picola.
A lot of people are going to want to wrestle Cody because he makes them look good.
Mm-hmm.
In that indie circuit, you know.
Right.
And then Vince is going to let him go longer, so he's probably going to have 10, 12, 15-minute matches.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even longer.
Possibly. He smacked him.
Whoa. They're smacking the shit out of each other. Oh!
Miz is like, whoa, wait a minute.
He's going to turn him.
Is he going to do it? Look at him power through it. You get that
men,
crowd involved.
A lot of men have tried to turn the Miz, and he finally did it.
So he says, let's see what happens when Cody loses his first match. We know it won't be to the Miz. Pickle's like, what up, Jacob? How you been? Vindicator says, I hope Cody has a Hell in a Cell match against Orton before the year is over and retires Randy once and for all. You're so sweet. Why are you so nice?
Oh, there it is. Broke it. Who does he want? Randy Orton retired?
Vindicator wants Cody Rhodes to make Randy Orton retire.
He is a legend killer.
Sophie says, at least with Cody leaving AEW didn't have any after effects from it. He didn't leave in an angry fit conniption. And he didn't leave right in the middle of him winning something or anything like that, so.
Kinda did, but he left. Like, he was not under contract, so he's like, hey, look, I'm probably leaving. So they put it back on Sammy Guevara, remember? Mm-hmm. Let Sammy have it twice, which was dumb. Cody Cutter! Here it is. Crossroads. That's it. 1, 2, and 3. 11:40.
Seth looks very happy about it.
6 years, he said.
Jacob says, does Cody ever fly? He doesn't really do a lot of high-flying stuff.
But after his legendary ladder matches over there in AEW, I cannot wait for Money in the Bank. Because he's winning that.
Oh, yeah.
If he hasn't already won the title by then. But I would assume that's where it's going to start.
Right.
And then he'll just cash in.
Ernest Bell says Bobby is going to look silly tonight. Piccolo says it's a good thing to see The Miz getting the rub and not have to fight zombies. It's good to see The Miz actually in a match where it shows that he's actually a good wrestler. Like, that's the problem. Like, he gets put into matches where he can't be a good wrestler. Jacob says, I have been good. How are you doing, Piccola? Somebody says Cody versus Riddle. Chris says, it would be like Shawn Michaels in the 90s with Sunny. Speaking of Sunny, she was involved in a fatal car crash this past weekend.
She was. She killing people. Killing fools.
Chris says, I want Cody versus AJ Styles.
Look behind him.
Vindicator says, Cody with the upset, so unpredictable. Sophie says, that was a quick match. Really? It wasn't that quick. Pickle says, I cleared a ton of flower beds over the weekend at my mom's garden. Weeds suck.
Yes, they do.
And it doesn't take him very long to grow. Oh, God. So it was like, so if this isn't the main event of the show, I wonder what is. Mitzi the Skunk's in the chat. Hey, Mitzi says, Sunny in a car crash is not funny, and you're laughing. You're laughing.
Everything's funny. Tragedy's funny.
That's funny.
What was she driving?
Whatever it was, it murdered people.
That sucks.
Chris says Cody did moonsaults before.
Can you imagine being so drunk that you kill somebody by driving?
And you probably didn't even know you did it.
Like, it's just shit.
Jacob Jean says, how old is Sunny? Old enough to know better.
She's got to be in her 40s.
She's old enough to know better at this point in life.
She could even be 50. But at some point, you got to not drink and drive.
Mm-hmm.
Rollins Rhodes, part 2. Of course he's going to say yes. He already said yes before the match.
Absolutely.
What, is he like the Joker?
I have no idea what he is and his weirdness.
No, you know who he reminds me of? Two-Face.
Oh, yeah, a little bit,
In the Batman one?
Mm-hmm. The Tommy Lee Jones one. Yeah, a little, huh?
Where he's all giddy and all weird.
Pickle says it reminds me of the Midnight Mass series. The innocent lose lives and the drunk walk away with a couple scratches.
Yep. Although on my highway out here, it's about a mile down the road or whatever, there was a drunk walking down the street, left the bar at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And he got killed by just a nice lady driving to work. Stumbled out in the road right in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like 6, 7 kids. Little Mormon lady.
Aww.
And she got to live with that the rest of her life.
Mm-hmm.
He lived just right behind us.
Yep. Pickle says, and some regret. Chris says, Mitzi, I wasn't laughing at that, you moron. I was laughing at previous joke.
It's good to see Ezekiel.
Stop lying. I hate liars.
Can you sing? Are you talented like your brother?
Kevin Owens just leaves. He just leaves.
I feel like Ezekiel skipped leg day. Like the rest of his body's ripped and his legs are like just straight up and down.
They do that a lot, it seems like.
Oh, he is himself. Tommaso Ciampa. Nope.
Kevin
That's
like,
a lie.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Kevin's going crazy.
That's Elias. The beard and the guitar is gone, but that's a lie.
Look
Stop
at
lying. Why are you
Tommaso.
lying?
Look
Stop
at
lying.
Tommaso's face.
What are you trying to pull? Yeah. Don't listen. That's Ezekiel, Elias's younger. Why are you doing Oh man.
That might be the best skit on here. All right, here comes Liv. So this is the women's tag match.
Oh, Sophie says, wow, they kept his name. And Jacob Jean says, you know who's good? The Sandman. Walter's like, good Raw tonight. Hey, Walter, good to see you in here for a minute. Chris says, Ezekiel, a.k.a. Elias, looks like Sean O'Hare. Pico says, you can't fool me, Elias. Don't do that. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that sees it? Kevin. Walter's like, I can stay for 10 minutes for Raw on Wednesday, AEW 8 p.m. I'll be here.
So
Sweet.
this isn't for the titles. I thought they had a title match.
Who said they had a title match?
Well, what was last week? Didn't they say something about... Remember? And she turned on him. She turned on Liv a little bit, and she went to the back, and she says, I got us a title match next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not making that shit up.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, this isn't it. This is Liv going one-on-one with Naomi.
Maybe the title match isn't until Friday? Because they're not on... Because it's on SmackDown?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
Well, Sasha and Naomi are SmackDown.
Right, but Liv and Rhea are Raw.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah.
I just thought that that's what Rhea said last week.
Well, maybe they're liars.
Mandy looks fantastic.
Jacob's like, nope, not women's tag match. Nope, not women's tag match. Chris says Liv Morgan, time and zips pants. Ew, Chris, gross me. And then you made me read it. Ah, dude.
Zip.
Ew, couldn't you have done that in your private time? Walter's like, the kitten is asleep. Yeah, the kitten is asleep. Sophie says, I thought the women's tag team championship was on the line tonight.
I did too. I
guess y'all wrong. Jacob, Sasha and Naomi were supposed to fight. They're friends.
They're tag team champions.
They can't fight now. Pickle's like, Chris is a savage. Right? Like, oh my god.
Zips pants, grabs Kleenex. Let's go.
I got my lotion. Oh my god. Run away. Why are you guys so gross? So he says, what happened with Kevin Owens, Elias, and Tommaso? I missed that segment because my dog took forever to go to the bathroom outside.
Not a lot. It just, Ciampa was there talking to Homeboy, and then Elias, or Ezekiel showed up and said, hey, I'm Ezekiel, and he said, hey, it's nice to meet you, and then Kevin Owens showed up and said, quit lying, you're lying. And so basically it makes it look like Kevin Owens is going crazy. And then Ezekiel left after he said, you're mistaken, to Kevin Owens. And then Ciampa said, it might look like it, but that's his little brother, Ezekiel.
Yep, what he said.
They're showing more movies of that crap. I thought that was over after the guy snapped his fingers. Robert Downey Jr. They're still making movies.
Maybe it's in a different time frame or a different world. It does Doctor Strange, right? So
I don't read the comic books. I don't know who he is. I like the Dane.
Him. He's Doctor Strange.
I know who he is. It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, that is Benedict Cumberbatch. The possibilities are madness. Okay, so it's just Doctor Strange.
Okay.
So did he, as you saying, he died or something?
I have no idea.
Oh, whose fingers were you talking about then?
Robert Downey Jr. snapped. I just figured they would end the whole thing right there. Like, and it's over. Thanks for coming.
Snapped. Like he died in the show?
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s dead.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Right. You know, they can do things without him. They don't need Iron Man.
He's everybody's favorite. He's basically like the Batman of Marvel.
Vindicator says, so they changed it. Backlash, apparently. Anyway, I get it. My girl, Livy, regardless, she beat my honey, Sasha, and will beat Naomi, too. Yeah, it was kind of a fluke roll-up for her, but, you know, that's how she usually wins. Jacob says, Chris is hilarious. Ernest Bell says, ring the bell on the next match. Sophie says, they advertised this tag match for a week, then, like, the Rey Veer match, they changed it tonight.
Who knows?
Did they really advertise it for a week, though? Jacob says, hey, Ernest, welcome to Wrestling Gab. These guys are awesome. Walter says, so Ciampa is now on Raw. Yes. Sophie says, I'm surprised they had Ciampa keep his NXT name. And Chris says, we don't need Iron Man. We need Deadpool.
Yeah. So Liv is showing off cleavage that she doesn't have. Ooh. I already got that.
See, last Monday on Raw.
Yeah, and then Liv
was for the titles.
Rhea in the back. Remember, she turns her back on her and goes to the back and said, I got us a match next week. I guess it's not this week.
Then that would take us to those 5. They didn't say when it was.
And then she beat Sasha.
On SmackDown. And it's like, what?
And then Sasha cosplayed her. So if you guys like Liv enough, you can watch Sasha be Liv.
Well, she stopped putting those weird... I mean, she puts the makeup now instead of the... Diamonds or whatever on her eyes.
Feel the glow!
Boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom, boom, boom. Well, thank you, Sasha. Sasha's probably picking out her clothes for the light. Like, what glows the best? It's boss time.
Sasha was nice to a fan.
Yeah, well, she has to be. She's a babyface.
Normally she doesn't. Even when she's a babyface, she's not very nice to him. She literally gave those weird stick things that she had to some fan right there at the very beginning of the ramp.
Well, this is about ready to happen. Naomi's going to jump up in there. I feel like they need to get rid of this gimmick, the glow gimmick.
I know. It's gone on way too long. Like, she needs to just kind of be a bitch. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I'll say it again.
Well, and she's with the ultimate bitch, right? So put them together and just have them be bitches.
Right? So it was like Ciampa was called up to the main roster before, but his run was kind of weird. It happened 4 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, he broke his neck.
That's why his run was weird.
And then they brought up Johnny Gargano with him in a tag team, and Gargano went right back down like 2 weeks later.
So he says Ciampa was called up before Mania when he showed up a couple weeks on Raw. Chris says Liv versus Alexa is still not happening. Piccolo says, I would love to watch Deadpool kill the entire Marvel universe just like the comics. Ernest Bell says Liv is getting better like her old self in the Riot.
Whoa!
And Sophie says, why did they cancel this tag match?
I don't know if it was supposed to be tonight. She just said, at least in the replay, that we got us a tag team rematch.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it happened. Yeah, she didn't make it like it was Raw.
So we know it's going to happen at the pay-per-view, the Backlash, or WWE WrestleMania Backlash, whatever they're calling it.
Michael Marriott's message retracted and says, oh, I don't know.
So you guys just watched that from Liv right there, and you're like, oh, she's getting way better. Did you watch the complete mockery of the sport?
No.
Sorry.
And she's with the other one that's not very good.
Oh,
so
no.
This is a great matchup. Sophie says Rhea's in COVID protocol. Chris says, yeah, glow gimmick trend ended in like 2015.
Right. Watch when they go to the other corner here in a second. She's going to miss. Hurricane Rana. Okay, it's right here. Watch this. I've got my own little instant replay. All right. Liv jumps up on her. Oh, that would have been her finisher. Oblivion, they call it.
Chris is like, yeah, glow gimmick trend ended in like 2015. Right? Michael Marriott says, Travis, do a trading card stream. Trading card stream, huh?
I have a buddy that would like to do that.
Sophie says, can you believe a couple months ago it would have been 2 years since the entire world changed because of COVID?
2. Yeah, it's just people's reactions.
Maybe people should just stop reacting to it and go about their lives.
With the dub.
Oh, Naomi won. So Sasha couldn't win, but Naomi won.
Sasha looks like she has a flat butt in those pants. I don't like it.
Are they pants or are they a whole outfit?
I don't care. There's pants. Her butt's covered. Oh, Naomi won, not Liv.
I think it's a whole suit.
I don't care.
I know, but I'm just saying it's not really like pants and a shirt. So it's not separate.
So is this match going to happen tonight?
Maybe. So it says when Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were called up, they were feuding with each other on NXT TV at the same time. Chris says, Travis, I collect baseball cards.
I have a buddy that just sent me a picture of a card that's going for $5,000, and it's an opening bid, and it's Christian Hernandez. He's the future shortstop of the Chicago Cubs. He's a top prospect out of the Dominican, I believe. Seems ridiculous. Kid's like 17, 18, not even 18. He's like 17 years old, and his card's $5,000. Nobody's bid on it.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Like,
it's
that should be maybe
bid.
$750.
Right? Like, you don't know what he's going to turn. You cannot
he
go
might
a
not
rookie
even
card.
make it.
Yeah, he might not. Yeah, like, probably garbage. Just kidding. Vindicator says, Naomi cheated. I'm done with this chat, guys. See you on Wednesday.
Cheater.
Snorty face. Whatever, Vin.
Bobby.
Chris says, damn it, Naomi won. And Sophie says, my dad used to collect baseball cards. And Michael Marriott says, a moss. Jacob Pagine says, Chris, I collect sports cards. You guys are funny and weird.
They're basically made out of gold nowadays. Any card that's older is worth tremendous amounts of money.
Yeah, you just have to find the right, whatever.
I mean, when I was a kid, like the Mickey Mantle, the Jim Mint 10 Mickey Mantle, you could have probably got for about 30 grand. And there was a guy that bid on one all the way up to over 100. It went for like 105.
Oh, wow.
It's worth $26 million right now.
That's crazy.
People thought he was all crazy. People are like, oh, that's dumb, because it was a $30,000 car, and he bid it up to $100,000. Now it's worth $26 million.
Yeah, he's not dumb. That's a great investment. So he says when COVID first happened, there were talks of the WWE taking a season break until things go back to somewhat normal. Jacob says, Travis, did you know that they have new WWE cards?
I didn't. I did know that I have a couple WWE cards that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
My sister must have gave them to me or something. I have no idea about.
Like as a weird odd birthday present or something.
Like I have these weird little action figures too. They're like this big, and I don't know where they're from, but they're still in the box. I never opened them, but it's like Roman Reigns, and I'm like, oh, it may be worth something here 20 years. Especially if they can keep the title on Roman for the next decade.
And they're like minis, huh?
Yeah, they're downstairs in a drawer.
I remember that. I remember when she gave those to you. It was
Either
like for
that
Christmas
or you gave
something.
them to me.
I'm pretty sure it was your sister.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe you got them and they were stocking stuffers. But I could be wrong.
Sophie says, I used to collect rocks.
That's cool.
It's not surprising. Chris says, I also started collecting WWE cards. Nice.
Is it too stuffed? Is there a big market for it, though? Because there's
Stuffed
some weird...
pizza? or cards?
Cards, obviously. Like, I give a shit about pizza.
Collecting WWE
like
cards?
I just don't know if there's a collector out there that wants the Hulk Hogan rookie. You know what I mean? Like, or if it even exists. Was there a Hulk Hogan rookie in the 70s? Is there a Thunder Lips card? Do you know what Thunder Lips is?
No.
Thunder Lips is Hulk Hogan's character in Rocky.
Oh, well, there you go.
The Rocky 3. He was Thunder Lips.
Oh, God.
That's what got him fired from the WWF. Vince Sr. was in charge. He was the boss. And Hogan was slated to be on the card, and he said, hey, I'm going to go do a movie with Stallone. And Vince is like, no, you're not. And he said, bye. And so he left anyways, lost his job, went to the AWA after that. And then obviously Vince Jr. brought him back, and the rest is history.
Right.
He made the company.
That's funny.
Bob Backlund brought him back, and he was actually wrestling The Rock's grandpa.
Oh, that's funny.
Bob Backlund was, and there was they were called the Wild Samoans, and there was like 3 or 4 of them out there with Captain Lou Albano, and they kept interfering. So every time Bob Backlund would try anything, he would just get attacked by all the Samoans, and so he just left. And they're like, where the fuck's Bob Backlund going? He just left. He just walked out, and then he comes back. He's got Hulk Hogan behind him. Like, and he's so big, like he's like nuttily big at this time, and like, anyways, he cleared the ring of the Samoans, and Bob Backlund won, and then he goes in the back, and he's like, he said he's not gonna have any more, anything to do with whatever his manager's name was. I can't remember it right offhand, but who was a bad guy?
Yeah,
classy Freddie Blassie, Freddie Blassie.
That's funny.
It's like he's not gonna be hanging out with him anymore. And anyways. And that's Hulk Hogan. That's where he was born in WWF when he came back. And he was champion pretty quick after that. He beat the Iron Sheik for the title.
That's funny.
Bobby's talking and they're not even on.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
So
I guess they were more
MVP had his
interested
VIP lounge and he has a Moss in it, but
and they just like started mid, talking the whole commercial break.
Possibly, I don't know what it's.
At least it's got classy furniture.
Right, Chris says I also started collecting WWE cards. This is MVP's VIP lounge, not Bobby's. Jacob says, Chris, I mean collect. Sophie says, how was your weekend? It was pretty good. How was yours, Sophie?
I got asked that by everybody today. It's kind of weird. Like, is it supposed to be bad?
I don't know.
I think people are just trying to be friendly, but it's so weird to me sometimes.
Jacob says, I have a Frank Thomas rookie. Like, I don't know. It was a weekend.
The Big Hurt. I like the Big Hurt.
Jacob says, I have a Frank Thomas rookie card. Ernest Bell says, you should give this show 2 high school kids done with their homework as a great timekeeper around.
It's funny.
Sophie says, I collect action figures and hats. I have mini hats. I wear only one whenever I go out doing something.
I used to collect hats. That's pretty cool.
And Jacob says, I have an Ember Moon autograph. I have those. I've seen those at Dollar General. Chris says, I think they're slowly starting to be a market for WWE cards because there's multiple channels on YouTube that collect baseball cards but also open up WWE cards.
Huh. Yeah, I don't even know where you get packs of cards anymore. Like, when I was growing up, there was packs of cards everywhere. Like, gas stations would have them.
Yeah,
like,
Walmart
K&B
has
would have
a lot of them. Yeah.
I'd buy cards.
Sophie says, when I was a kid, I used to collect weird stuff like rocks and I think some type of flower. Vinegar says, Travis, who do you think is the more popular legend, Stone Cold or Hulk Hogan? Personal preferences aside.
With the new woke people, I'm gonna say Stone Cold, but in reality, Hulk Hogan. Mm-hmm. Like, if you took the internet out of it and went around and asked people, like, so if you just went to stores and asked people who they knew, everybody's gonna know Hulk Hogan, and not everybody's gonna know Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mm-hmm. But on the internet, you're gonna have a lot of the younger people, and they're not going to know the true history of what Hulk Hogan did.
Right. Sophie says Stone Cold 100%. James Howell says, will y'all be at Raw on April 25th? No, we won't be there. No. Michael Marriott says, I have a Hogan autograph. And Sophie says, I also used to write stories pretending I was a superhero. Sophie says, the Batman is going to hit HBO Max next Monday. And what are you doing for Easter this weekend?
Is Easter this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Easter's this weekend.
I'll probably watch the 10 Commandments.
Chris says, Walmart and Target has WWE and baseball cards. Ernest Bell says, see you guys later. Nice show. Thanks, Ernest. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Please come back. Please come back.
I have not been to Walmart in 16 years.
Chris says, well, Hogan is the face of wrestling, but they also do know Stone Cold. Matthew's in the chat again, or back,
Matthew.
says, hey, the sound is better. WWE
I did nothing.
stands for Walk with Ezekiel.
Walk with Ezekiel.
That's funny. We've got a MVP out there.
That's true. He's talking about, what's his name? He was the big
Benjamin
surprise.
and-
No, he was the big surprise in the ladder match at AEW.
I don't remember.
He's the little teeny guy. The biggest surprise in AEW's history, besides Brock Anderson.
Leo Rush?
Leo Rush. That's who it was.
Oh.
Leo Rush was his manager.
Yeah, don't forget it.
And don't forget it, Bobby, because that's fact. You had that mouthpiece.
Michael Marriott says, I got AJ Lee, CM Punk, Hogan, Rock, Austin, Michaels, Taker, Razor, Ramon, Diesel, X-Pac, Otto, and Cena. Pickle says, I'm tired of all the pizza commercials. Can we get something else? No. You know what's funny, Piccola? Have you ever seen a commercial for Chinese food that wasn't Panda Express? Like,
No, but if you live in a place that has them, they might run local commercials.
I don't think they do. I mean, even on your local stations.
My question is there Chinese restaurants that are chains that are not Panda Express? Like national chain, like McDonald's, Wendy's.
I think there is. I don't know
PF
what they
Chang's.
are. PF Chang's, maybe. That one might be one. So this is when I used to go to the hospital when I got really sick. I usually bring a doll with me. Vindicator says, well, at least Omaha is dressing better like he did with Lashley, but Montevis can't make Omaha more interesting in the ring. Montavious, sorry.
Look at the size of that jacket. I mean, they probably ran out of fabric.
I guarantee, no, I promise you. You're not going to survive here. Matthew's like, it sucks that Brock is gone again. At the same time, make way for Bobby Lashley. Pico's like, MVP was the brains, I guess. Supposedly. Michael Marriott says, how's Sir Wiggleworth doing? He's sleeping. Very sleepy. Matthew says, laughing my fucking ass off, Miss D. I got Panda Express today. Honestly, for fast food, it's one of the best deals around. Michael's like, wiggle bottom. Sophie says, Brock will be back in time for the build-up to SummerSlam at the end of July. Pico says, Jollibee is a Filipino fast food chain, but they never do adverts. Right? Like, I didn't even hear about Jollibees because we don't have them where I'm from.
He is playing with fire there. There's nothing but little kids around the entranceway.
I don't think even I don't even know if there's one like in Utah closer. Jollibees. It's a Filipino fast food chain. Yeah, you wouldn't have heard of it because it's not around here. They don't do advertisements for it. And the only time or only way I heard of it was because I watched mukbangs and the people would eat it. That's it. It's the only reason why I knew. Or anything about it. Walter's like, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Oh, shit.
Damn. she's a mean
A lot
woman.
of weddings coming up. We've had a lot of weddings. It's just wedding season. It's spring. A lot of love in the air.
Is that what it is?
Don't look outside here.
It's not spring.
It's a white Christmas outside.
We have our third winter. Pickle says, see you, Walter. And Matthew says, but no, the closest I've had to a Chinese food, I've seen to a current Chinese food commercial was for a Super China 100+ item buffet. Right? Like, and does that count? No. Chief Detective Martha says, not a $9,000 couch. That's where I sleep on.
Look, there's a club in the back.
They're already doing bachelor parties?
Of all time. Look at his tie. At least he's dressed up nice.
Yeah. They invited Reginald? That's weird.
You still here? Oh, Lord. Bachelor party.
So this is what MVP said was true. Bobby's career was floundering. They kept giving him different angles and gimmicks after he came back to the WWE.
It is true.
Matthew says, a little mukbang is so gross. Vindicator says, Bobby is a strong young buck, ain't he, Travis? He should work for a moving company when his wrestling days are behind him.
Right.
So, Matthew, it depends on the mukbang you're watching because the American ones are disgusting because they eat like pigs. But if you watch the Asian ones, like the Koreans or the Japanese, they have a lot of table manners, and so they don't eat like gross like. So they don't just eat like they're eating in a slop bucket. Sophie says hopefully SummerSlam in July isn't a yearly thing. Matthew says no, it doesn't count because they sell chicken fingers, French fries, and pizza at Asian Super Buffet. LOL. Yeah, it doesn't count. Vindicator's like, forget backstage nightclubs and bring back Raw Underground.
That's what I was thinking right when I seen those ropes. I was like, hey, put a Moss back to work.
Right? Where he belongs. So he says, I'm guessing a double wedding will take place at some point on a future episode of Raw.
Yeah, with several 24 championship title reigns.
Changes over the whole time. It's Bianca Belair and Queen Zelina up next. Oh, the joy.
Yeah, can't wait to see Zelina.
Matthew says, Vindicator, say that one more time and you'll end up in the Hurt Locker. LOL. Vindicator says, I hope Delita's stomach doesn't get upset because the Raw Women's Champion is coming out. Right. Matthew's like, Moss is a beast. And so he says, we are getting close to hour 3. Yay.
Getting closer and closer. Hey, buddy. He's sound asleep.
His name is not Buddy.
That's what he's getting called. I still do it with Argus now. After a week of calling him it. Buddy the Elf. It is winter outside.
Right. I don't think our furnace has worked so hard in a long time. I forgot to bring my keys in here so I could start my vehicle.
Right. It's probably cold enough to care.
Mm-hmm. Pickle says, yo, the buffet is no joke. I can't go past 3 plates, but some big old folks can sit there and get their money's worth.
You have to get your money's worth after 3 plates. That's a lot.
Oh, I can never eat 1 plate. Buffets are not my thing. I am not a huge fan of buffets. Like, especially, like, the weird buffets. Like, I guess if we went to Vegas or something and they had, like, a really, like, prestigious one or something, I would probably be okay with it. But, like, Chuck North Wagon or whatever the hell it was. And what was the...
Norse Chuck Wagon.
Norse Chuck Wagon. And then what was the other one?
The Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. And then we did have a Chinese buffet, and the guy got in so much trouble with the law.
Well, he was selling, like, weird animals.
Because he was selling animal parts.
Like bear livers and things.
Illegally.
Like grizzly bear liver.
To people from China. So he got in trouble and they closed it down.
That was like the best place in town too. Or one of them.
Some people say, but I didn't really like their...
You didn't like it up there?
I didn't. I did not like... You're talking about the...
It was up there by the Dairy Queen.
No, that one's different. He retired, and his kids didn't want to take it over,
Oh.
and so that's why his Chang's or whatever.
I don't know.
Or,
That was the best place in town.
Yeah, that place was good, and it didn't really have a buffet.
Are you
that
thinking
one,
Bamboo Garden?
I'm talking about Bamboo Garden.
Oh, I've never been there.
That place was gross. Like, I don't know. It was just me. But no, the Bamboo Garden was the guy who got in trouble with all the parts. The other guy, he just retired. His kids didn't want to take over the business, and he just basically
Yeah,
closed.
I liked his. It was a little upper class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people liked his food. And then the other one was the one downtown that you liked.
New China.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
No.
What the hell is that called? Chopstick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same thing. His kids didn't want to take it over, and so he just closed. Sold.
Yeah, they had that. Remember they would put that weird red powder or whatever on your pork you didn't like?
I don't remember getting stuff from Chopsticks.
Yeah, but that's where we ordered everything from, and it would come with like a red. You'd get those little round
The pork thing?
pork rounds,
Mm.
and they would come with like a little red powder on it. And you're like, I don't like
I don't remember eating Chopsticks.
it. It was the only place that delivered at the time.
Oh. I don't really ever remember eating it. But. So I was like, I'll have chicken fingers and fries. Well, maybe they should just have a buffet that's just chicken fingers and fries for all the 3-year-olds out there.
Yummy. Yeah, like not microwave food, but oven food, but it's in a box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I loved onion rings. That was my favorite. But they had to be the right onion rings. They had to be the ones that were tight,
Mm-hmm.
that were perfectly, round.
Mm-hmm. They had the minced onions in them, right? They're the one like Burger King's.
Yeah. Probably.
Burger King's onion rings, because they're minced. So the onions inside of it are like minced onions. So they're not a whole thing of an onion.
The ones I'm
they're
talking
just
about had one onion. It
Oh,
just
did
wasn't
it?
the big thick ones that were like that, and then they're battered, so they're like that big around, but they're warped. I don't like those ones. Well, I don't want to eat them at all now, for multiple reasons. Shut up, idiot. Is that Dusty Rhodes? Look, he's wearing a Dusty Rhodes shirt.
That's funny. The bionic elbow, it says.
Uh-huh.
That is Elias. Library card.
It's a library card.
Confidential information. Vinegar says, I actually thought she would be out for a while with that swollen eye, but I guess the miracle of modern day medicine works wonders.
A lie detector test next week. That's it. Mark it down. Put it on your thumbnail.
Lie detectors?
Lie detector test next week. Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Mm-hmm.
You have time to not explain, but tell him that you don't have time to explain.
Right. Matthew says Golden Corral is decent. No.
You know, I've never been there. I've been in it because we went to talk to somebody. It was Greg's mom was there.
Oh.
So me and Greg went in, and but we didn't eat.
I don't know. Buffets are gross to me. Like, too many people, like, touch things. Little kids are nasty. Vindicator's, I think their corral is a southern thing, Sophie. Sure. Sophie says, is this the night where Oscar or Bailey return? I don't think so.
Could be Asuka. That may be what she's hinting at. It's got to be somebody good, but whoever it is going to lose.
Vindicator says, it's funny Matt bringing up Hurt Locker, a famous war movie, by the way, but I remember Bobby putting everyone in that hold every time he dug his down to the depths of Raw Underground. Sophie says, I've never been to Golden Corral. Sophie also said Raw Underground, a thing that didn't work out. It would have fit better somewhere else like NXT. Pickle says, I think there's a pepper chicken recipe in the buffet that is real difficult to recreate in the chicken or in the kitchen.
Yummy.
In what buffet?
Probably
are you talking about Golden Corral buffet? Or are you talking about somebody else's buffet?
All right, here comes Queen Zelina.
Queen Zelina.
All hail.
Matthew's like, Vin, I meant Hurt Lock, LOL. I never saw that movie. I just caught Rescue Dawn, and that movie was excellent. I'm a huge mark for Christian Bale. Vindicator's like, LOL, Travis, did you hear Theory dropped Austin from his name because he was stunned by Stone Cold? Priceless.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Jesus.
Old Theory.
Sophie says they're making Kevin Owens funny and Austin Theory cutting his own name because Vince told him to. Matthew's like, what if Ezekiel is Elias's middle name? Heidi the Staten Islanders in the chat says that's a possibility. And Matthew says the best way to reach herd immunity is by going to buffets. Trust the science. it's not that. It's just other people.
Philadelphia is overreacting again, by the way. They are bringing back indoor mask mandates.
That's good.
They're
for
the first
them.
city that's done it.
Dumbasses. Sophie's like, Austin selling the stunner was priceless. And Pico says just an independent buffet. Oh, just a buffet in your area has it. That's cool. I mean, if there's something specific that they have, and if they do, like,
All right,
to-go stuff with it, it's
blocked.
not so bad. Like, you can just have them do it to-go and whatnot. But, like, going into buffets, I don't know. They're just
Zelina,
gross, some of them.
very slow in this one here. Oh, a little backstabber. Zelina doing great.
Vindicator says Bianca has
Not enough.
beaten Zelina more times than she did Dewdrop. This is nothing match, just a time filler. Zelina should have been on Tony Khan budget cut free agent list by now. She was gone, remember? She came back.
She's okay. I like her.
Matthew says, LOL, people are gross. I get it. That's all it is. Like,
I don't care if somebody's gross. I mean, I would have been able to live in the 1800s.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, you know, it's just that you go into those buffets and
Communal slop.
it's just, yeah, it's like, ew. Like, it's just kind of like.
All right, Zelina, she's trying her hardest. It's just not her time. She will be buried.
Sophie's like, about Red Lobster or Chili's. Robbie's like, what a matchup. Pickle's like,
Right.
Sam, the cooking guy, has a channel where he recreates several fast food recipes and make it better, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what you have to do, right? Fast
That's
food
awesome.
and make it better. Is that what you're supposed to do? Go home and make the fast food better? Like, I'm pretty sure people can make chicken tenders at home better. You know?
Right.
The convenience of it, though, is different.
The only real problem is that you can't make McDonald's fries better.
No.
And so
They made them worse by changing how they, their cooking oils. But they're still pretty good. And, of course, Queen Zelina lost.
Zelina lost. Dang it.
To, what's her dumb face?
I don't say that name. Dumb face.
Dumb face.
I do not say. That was a 2-minute match. Everybody at home.
2 minutes. Matthew's like little pigs lined up at the trough, bringing
Somebody's coming out.
with
Who is it?
Babish is a cool colon.
It's Sonya. What's she got to say? What's Sonya going to say?
I don't know. Who is it going to be? Lacey
We're going to
Evans?
find out. She's got that contract in foot, whatever it's called.
Bringing
Oh, we got to go to a
Babish.
commercial, though. Why wouldn't we?
Because if we don't go to commercials, then we wouldn't know what they're advertising and what we should or shouldn't buy. It's terrible. So it's like, are you watching two things at the same time?
Oh.
Robbie says, "Hello, what's her dumb face?" Matthew's like 30 seconds longer than the New Day Mania match. Pickle says, "Yeah, you need a good deep fryer, which we try to stay away from the fried foods." It's not just that. You have to get the right fries. Does anybody know where McDonald's buys their fries from? I
Orida.
do.
I have no idea.
I thought it was Simplot, but maybe it's not.
I have no clue.
Vinegar says probably a rematch with Seth's housemate. Nah. Sophie says
I
Buffalo
doubt it.
Wild Wings is a good wing place. Is it?
I don't know. Never been there.
The best wing place that we ever had was, it was its own place.
It was a locally owned place.
It was a locally owned place.
A buddy of mine owned it, actually.
It was really good. Like, their wings were to die for good. And then
$6.
And then they didn't want to do it anymore, so they like sold it to their cousin to like do it, and he ran it into the ground. It was sad. It made me sad because we used to get wings every what day was it that we'd always get wings?
Oh, they were half price or
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so we would get like 18 count wings like every Wednesday, and just eat them to death.
Pound it.
They were so good. And then they went away. So this is my fave fast food place is a tie between Wendy's and McDonald's. Pickles says BWW is I8. BWW, what's that? Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay. Medicare says I haven't eaten from McDonald's in 2 years. Stop it.
Me too.
You're a monster.
When was the last time I had McDonald's? Wasn't last. So 3 years ago?
It's been longer than that. Remember when we went
Well, I
on
would get
the
fries.
chicken nugget phase?
I did fries not too long ago.
Oh, yeah. That was, yeah. Vinegar says, and I'm better off for it. That food is horrendous.
Yeah, no, that was 4 years ago since I've eaten like any of their food besides French fries.
Right. So, Vindicator, I don't really like McDonald's food. I'll buy it and get it sometimes, and I'll eat it, and then I'm like, why did I get this? It's so disgusting. I don't know why I'm buying it and eating it.
Dude, I would love the number 2, the 2 cheeseburger one.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger.
Matthew says
Eat the shit out of
B
that.
Dubs has some good sauces. Sophie says I like McDonald's chicken and Wendy's fries.
What? It's almost opposite for everybody else on the planet.
Yeah. Her eye isn't as bruised as it was. She healed up
Sonya
fast.
in there.
Wonder what she's
find out what's
injecting in
next
her
for the
eyeball.
Raw champion.
Pickle says, I had sat there at a Buffalo Wild Wings bar one night. And what? Got nothing? So it was like Burger King I like for breakfast. Robbie says McDonald's tastes like crap. Jacob says, I sent you a picture of my Ember autograph. Robbie's like, D, laughing. And Sophie's like, what is with these weird placements of commercials tonight? Matthew says, Five Guys is good, but overpriced. Pico says, the old guy sitting at the end of the bar bought us around and started telling stories about Miami and his travels back and forth to Colombia. That sounds fascinating.
It's not going to be Bliss, or she wouldn't have brought it up.
Robbie says, Sonya done out here. Is she? Is she?
Bring up Mandy and have Mandy just take the title from her. That would be sick.
Right? Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's on a Topps card, too. That's pretty cool. It says picture of his Ember Moon.
Oh, wow.
WWE card and the signature. That's cool.
She never ever brings up the smartest. Education is not important to her.
Indicator says, I also heard bad stories about how McDonald's made their meat from domestic animals, like the one Talitha is cuddling with, but I never believed them, but the food just doesn't agree with me. Like me either. I rarely eat it because of that. I always regret it. Matthew says, Piccolo, I wonder what that guy was doing in Colombia. Okay,
All right, this is an open contract. That means nobody has signed it. She has no opponent, but now it's signed.
Robbie says, Esther, you really ain't that special. Pickle says he basically...
Bailey? Who is it? Bailey. Has to be Bailey. A year ago? Oh, Sonya Deville!
Sonya Deville?
Well, that's dumb. All right. That was anticlimactic.
Oh, how
All fart,
silly.
no poop.
Always. Matthew says horse meat is on the menu and bugs. We must save the earth and live in pods.
Horse meat's pretty good. I have had it.
Vindicator says
I'm a
Bianca
monster.
graduated from the University of Tennessee, though, Travis.
But she didn't once say anything about being smart.
Sophie says, is it Sonya herself?
Yes, it's Sonya. Anticlimactic.
Robbie's
crap.
like, Vin writing a book full of words in the chat. Matthew says, Paige, come back. And Robbie says, Vin, she still sucks. Matthew says, yes, Sonya Deville.
Postman Pierce is pissed. It's not an abuse of power. Oh. You having a rough night, buddy? Want to go outside and play in the snow? He's curled up into a tiny little ball.
Sophie says, I thought Sonya wasn't a full-time performer anymore. And Luna is in the chat saying, I was expecting Brandy Rhodes to come out, not Sonya.
Brandy
People's
Rhodes.
like, let's go. About damn time.
I would have never thought Brandy Rhodes. Dana Brooke looks pretty good in that top. No complaints here for the female Bart Simpson.
Riley's like, Sonya going in tonight. Going in with what?
2 feet. After our honeymoons.
After our
it's
honeymoons,
open
it's
season.
open season. Gross.
Oh. Let him be there.
Los
Alberto
Lotharios.
Correa. We'll spice it up a little bit.
See, Humberto Carrillo.
Boom.
A man who looks good in his clothes.
Oh, Nikki A.S.H is back. Her debut. I haven't seen her for weeks. Who's stripping?
Chris says, yeah, Big Daddy Sonya wants the gold. And Sophie says, remember that long
there's a ref.
Sonya Naomi feud that didn't fully have
Oh!
a payoff, then dropped that for whatever reason?
Did she get it?
I don't think so.
Nikki A.S.H almost was 24/7 champions, and now she's in this crap. That's when you know you're at the end of your career.
Tamina told her no.
Tamina got her a wedgie that goes up to her dental dam. That's a thing.
Why?
All sorts of chaos. Our truth is there to help people. Tamina's trying to make sure her boobs are still on her top. Look at Nikki. She's like, oh my God.
She's like, my underwear is way up where it shouldn't be.
It's like the bottom, like the basement, guys.
It's live.
It's the Benchwarmers movie.
Oh, God.
Ordained. Marriage and guy.
Marriage and guy. Nikki A.S.H just left. Like, she jumped off the thing and then walked off. I don't think she's there anymore.
It's Dana
anywhere.
Brooks. It's Brooke Archer. That's what he said. Oh, Brooke. Beautiful. Double wedding next week. Tamina doesn't want to be rushed like that. What's up? Tamina's not happy.
Oh, God.
Well, the guys aren't supposed to be hanging out there. She should have been with a dude.
He's like, yes. Yes.
A double wedding next week. They're
Somebody
pushing
says,
that.
remember that long Sonya Naomi feud that didn't fully have a payoff? They dropped that for whatever reason. Chris says, my boy Angel Garza. And Chris says, it's Nikki A.S.H. Matthew says, out of all of Vinnie Mac's crazy ideas, got character gimmicks, I'm surprised he never had a postman wrestler, especially during the 90s when going postal was a common phrase back then. R-Truth is a national treasure, Matthew says. Sophie says, I feel like both weddings won't end in a happy manner.
No, R-Truth's going to get his title back. See
Robbie says, R-Truth, what a prat. Matthew says, isn't Lacey Evans coming back?
She is back.
She had like a
She's
cameo on SmackDown. Pickles
She's now
says,
a Marine. She's no longer the sassy Southern Belle, so don't get excited.
Yeah.
Although she did have a see-through top on. You can get excited about that, though.
Pickles says, is R-Truth ordained? This is going to be a dumpster fire. Supposedly he's ordained. Matthew says Carmella and Corey in a narcissistic stunt. Right. Chris says, I wonder, that was low-key entertaining. Sophie says, I wonder if this was the plan for Reggie the whole time when he first started appearing on WWE TV.
Yes, one time he would eventually be at the very bottom of the barrel chasing around the 24/7 title.
Matthew says, I didn't see SmackDown last week. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lacey Evans was on there.
Yeah, she was on there.
She's a Marine.
Chris,
she wears
like,
camouflage
the slutty
pants.
Southern Belle. The Southern Belle wasn't there anymore, which I'm very disappointed
Now she's just like the victim that overcame. Yeah, definitely not a fan of her new character. But they could still do something cool with it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They can salvage it. It's like a tell-all book that she's living in. Her story.
Yeah. Jacob says, fun fact, Reggie was in a circus and he is from St. Louis. Gary Jones is in the chat. Hey, Gary says, no Asuka, no Bailey, no disrespect to Sonya, but really, right? Like, it's kind of pathetic. Sophie says, out of the 4 people in this double wedding storyline, I thought one of them is married in real life. I thought Tamina was married because hasn't she had babies and stuff?
She looks old. I don't know.
Matthew says, oh, Lacey Evans survived a night with Ric Flair. Jacob says, Lacey Evans is pretty. She is pretty.
She does okay. It's bath time, buddy. I'll throw him in the bathtub.
He said no.
Boom. We are at a commercial break. So it's time to watch the cat bathe. He's chewing on something. He doesn't like his leg.
Sophie says, what did Sonya do to actually get a title shot? She wrote up her own contract.
Yeah, she just wrote up a contract, and that's what she did.
Yeah, but we didn't get Wingstop.
But we didn't get Wingstop. Is that a chain? Wingstop?
Yeah, it's like part of Pizza Hut, kind of. Looks like a dumb series.
No.
And Jacob Hajin says, Tamina is divorced. Oh, that sucks. Chris says, so hype for Sonya. She wants to smoke, aka Raw Women's title. Gary Jones says, Uso time. We all know this. Oh, yeah? Is it the Uso time? And we all know it? Sophie says, both couples in this double wedding thing, it seemed like they rushed through it that fast. It's 24/7 stuff. No, does anybody really care? I mean, really.
What is it? The 24/7 style?
No. The double wedding thing. Like,
yeah.
Sophie said, both couples in this double wedding thing, it seemed like they rushed through it that fast. And I said, Yeah, because it's 24/7 stuff and nobody
24/7.
cares.
7-Eleven.
Jacob Jean says, "Hey,
95
Gary
South.
Jones, welcome to Wrestling Gab. I hope you have fun here."
Woo!
Yeah, have fun.
Hang out. We're pretty fun sometimes.
Sophie says they did change Lacey Evans' gimmick with that promo on Friday. They did.
They did. I kind of like the sassy Southern Belle thing. But right here is where Sonya just attacks her from behind blatantly, right to the back of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could she tear that knee up and then she gets the pin later on because of the knee injury? I doubt it.
No.
Is there any way Sonya Deville walks out as champion? Like in the old Attitude days, I would say yes.
Oh, okay.
But not now. There's no way.
Right. Jacob's like, these guys are incredible. Aw, thanks, Jacob. We appreciate that.
Your opponent is me.
Mwahaha.
Old Sonya.
She's like, let me put my name in here.
Sonya's so tough.
And
Do you wish you were as tough as Sonya?
Be cool is like abuse of power. Would I what?
There it is. Postman Pierce mad. Is he going to fire her? Who the heck do you think you is? Fire! I can't believe you think you're going to get away with that.
Mm.
Adam, don't be jealous. I'm still in my prime.
Right?
Oh, no!
Jacob's like, you are welcome. Sophie says, at least Bianca's next feud isn't with Lacey.
Well, yeah, not yet.
What's wrong with your dog?
Who knows? The Alpha Academy again against the RK Bro? Shoosh! He got his master's in Detroit, or he just announced it in Detroit?
I think he just announced it.
Because I feel like
possibly.
getting an education in Detroit's probably not the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Jacob says, did I tell you I can find my friend who wrestled Adam Pearce? No.
I think he did.
Maybe?
I know he was in the NWA. He was the NWA World Champion for a long time. He's like one of their top reigning champions ever.
That's pretty interesting.
Obviously in the new era.
Right.
Not back when Ric Flair had it.
Mm-hmm.
Some team from the other brand. It's the Usos.
Look at
Uso Penitentiary. What am I looking for?
Look at Otis's facial hair.
He's grown it in.
Look at it.
Oh, it's all choppy.
It's so
He's
weird
so
looking.
funny looking all the time anyways. He got a gold brain up there too.
He got a gold brain. Pico says, from what I can remember, her last match was pretty terrible. Sonya and Charlotte versus Naomi and Ronda.
You're hurting his ear. His ear's twipping. Tweak, 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 tweak. He likes watching TV. I didn't know animals watch TV. Because the dogs do, kind of. But he loves it. He's like, what's up, what's up, what's up?
My brother's a dog, Xena. She does. She'll watch TV. She'll lay there in the living room and just watch TV. It's pretty funny. If it's
Thank you.
Interesting enough. Matthew says,
Sheesh.
WWE repeats its matches too often. Creative is forcing us to like people, and it sucks. 3 hours of show and the same 16 people.
That's
Jacob
true.
says, check Instagram.
Check it. I'm pretty sure this guy in the front right here in the purple jacket was at last week's show. I kind of want to get on there and look. But it'd be weird if he was because they were in a different city.
He's like, I'm just following around.
Unless
I'm
somebody
a
just has
WWE
those. Do a lot of
junkie.
people have those? The white suits with the purple?
I don't know if is it a suit or is
I
it
don't
just
know.
a
It
coat?
looks like a coat suit thing. Looks like an outfit. RK Bro. Oh, down right on Gable. I'm starting to
Heath-
actually like Gable.
Heath Hatton was the guy's name.
Heath Hatton, huh?
Yeah.
There's a good boxer named Hatton.
NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Adam Pearce versus Heath Hatton.
Old Heath. That's pretty cool.
Pico says his face just reminds me of Chris Farley, like a wannabe badass version.
Right. Like if Chris was trying to play a badass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't do the worm anymore.
Mm-mm.
Otis, big clothesline right into a suplex. Riddle just got folded in half. Oh, thank you. Yeah, whatever Gable's doing is working. Now they just need to get him out of a tag team. Although there's nothing wrong with Otis. He's just weird.
He's just weird.
He is. He's just a big weirdo.
Just a big weirdo. Just a big weirdo just hanging out there.
Does Riddle have his fingernails painted?
Yeah, and his toenails.
Yeah, he does. Maybe his daughter did it. Does he have a kid?
I don't know. Jacob says my sister's dog's name is Xena.
It's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, my brother's dog's name is Xena. Though I'm pretty sure he spells it with an X.
Right?
Like Xena Warrior Princess.
Boom! Greek.
Or Greek, yes. Standing tall with the Alpha Academy. His very small, pointy nose.
Most watched dramas.
Chicago. All Chicago.
Oh, cat's back asleep. Should be a fun night. Actually, it has a weird meow, so it's like...
It's a raspy meow. Like he smoked a couple packs of cigarettes.
La meow. La meow. Like Pippi Le Pew. What if we could train him to meow different? Les meow. Les meow. Les purr.
Les mew.
Les purr.
Les mew. I don't think so.
Les purr. Trying to keep him up an hour and a half before the show started was hell on him. He was just like, he finally left me because he tried to sleep on me the whole time. And I was trying to keep him awake. I was playing with him on the floor. He's chasing things. And then finally he's just going to sleep no matter what. I even put him upside down. And he was just, and I'm like, dude, wake up. So finally he got sick of me and just went over and got in his bed and went just like trying to sleep. I'm like, all right, we're leaving. So we came in here and set up this stuff.
Jacob says my brother has a border collie mixed with a poodle.
What do they call that? A border poodle?
It's a bordoodle.
Bordoodle?
Bordoodle. I don't know. Gary Jones says Raw put the cat to sleep. That's sad. LOL.
Well, with all the excitement.
That's so exciting. Pico says LOL. He slugs the Monopoly man. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Oh, yeah.
And then wears him. Are we talking about Ace Ventura?
I guess. That's probably what he was talking about. He's got him upside down. He's like, blah, blah, blah. You're not Pashko. You're not Pashko.
He falls him over his shoulders like the rap and starts stroking him and smacks his butt. Jacob says brodoodle. Brodoodle. Jacob says, Travis, did you choose Arenado this year?
I traded Arenado away. I did have Arenado. I traded him away for, trying to remember who it was. It was a couple younger kids, and then the number 1 overall pick in the draft. So I got 3 players out of him.
Yeah.
I trade anybody that hits 29 years old, 30 years old in my league.
Yeah, they're just not worth keeping anymore.
I just, at that age, 29, like I think I would run a really good baseball team in real life because I would never re-sign anybody. And then I would just draft or trade for top stars. So if I had a guy that was a stud, just trade him. Like Mike Trout, if I ran LA, he would be gone. There's no way he would have got, no, 40 million a year, 35 million a year, because he's not going to play like that in 5 years. You don't pay a player for what they've done. You pay them for what they're going to do.
Yes, exactly.
But
Jacob says he already has 2 home runs and he's a batting average of .500.
Yeah, 500. Batting 500. Yeah, no, he's a stud. I mean, obviously he was better in Colorado because the air's a little thinner up there, but St. Louis in that lineup, he could do a lot of damage too. And he's one of the best defenders in the sport. Big Otis drops down on him. That might do it. 1, 2, and Riddle kicks out. Just barely. I think he should have done the worm there. Blah. 330-pounder that is not in shape just crashed down on top of him. Chad Gable going up top. Riddle's hurt. Oh, Riddle's going to get down, though. Look at that. Throws him in. Big knee right to Gable's face. I wonder if Gable's going to wrestle Gable one of these days, so it's all weird. I'm going to have to call him like Chad. Like he's a complainer.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
give up on wrestling? You're like,
No, I was looking to see if he had kids. Yeah, him and his wife have 3 kids.
yeah.
He has twin daughters that were born in 2010
Oh, okay, yeah.
and a son who was born in 2013.
There it
That
is.
was the only thing I was looking up was to see if he had girls.
Whoa!
Usually that's what happens when their fingernails and stuff are painted because they usually have children. Daughters.
They're almost getting to the unruly age. 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
That. Boom! DDT. Patented DDT. Gable's hurt.
Jacob says he
RKO.
loves St. Louis, so Riddle's kids are 12. His oldest are, yeah. And then he has a son that was born in 13. So he has twin daughters that were born in 2010.
Uh-oh. Gable rolls him up. Is that enough? 1, 2. Whoa. Ready. RKO out of nowhere. That's it. You can count to 100. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, Riddle was keeping Otis out so he couldn't get in there.
Otis couldn't have got his butt over there anyway.
Riddle was making sure he couldn't, though, so it all works.
RK bro. Then RKO out of nowhere.
Yes, that's what he did. Old Randy Orton.
Anytime you put a good singles wrestler in there and chaos breaks out, you have a good chance of winning.
Jacob says, does Orton have kids? Yes. Yes.
3. Oh, wait, I don't know about
Orton
Randy.
has kids. We've seen him in his videos when he was taking down that tree.
Uh-huh.
He has he has kids. I don't know how many kids he has.
40.
40 children.
He has 22 wives. He's a king. Uh-oh. The Usos.
They're there?
Yeah. Will Roman step out first? The bloodline. Nope, that's the red shoes. Usos showing up on Raw. It's an invasion.
Looks like he has 2. He has a daughter and a son. Or 2 girls, maybe. Yeah. Looks like he has 2 girls.
Boom. I wonder if one of his daughters is going to be a legacy. 4th generation.
I don't know.
Charlotte needs to get popping out a baby here pretty soon so she can be 3rd generation. Or he. Whatever.
He had 1 daughter with his first marriage. And then the second daughter he has with his other marriage. And she had 3 kids before she got with him. And they have a daughter together. So
Uso Penitentiary.
he has 2 girls with 2 different mamas. Matthew says, "I wonder what's going to become of RK Bro." I don't know.
They're going to lose the titles to the Usos probably in the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Backlash.
you think? Gary says, "Usos in the house, bloodline all day, all the gold." Jacob says, "Do you think the main event is Ciampa versus Ezekiel, aka Elias?"
No.
No. Because says both Orton and Kurt Angle's wives are smoke shows. They are both Italian New Yorkers, I think. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know that much about him that way. Just that his second wife, whatever, has 3 other kids.
That was like fake yard.
Yes.
Nobody likes fake yard for their animals.
It's probably not so bad. Jacob says, have you ever Googled Rob Van Dam's wife? No.
I've seen her. If that's the stripper or the whatever she is, prostitute, whatever she is.
Stripper prostitute. Chris Akane's like, Jacob.
Her stripper name would be like Bubbles.
Maybe she's not as pretty as you would think, since the face that Chris gave was like, Gary Jones says, isn't Kurt Angle with Jeff Jarrett? We are really off the rails here. I love this show. Oh, we go through all kinds of stuff. Why not? Jacob says her name is Katie Forbes. Matthew says RVD's lady has a huge ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was put in. It's like a Volkswagen bus.
That's no different than what what's his face? He was with the Miz. John Morrison's wife. Jesus.
Yeah, but hers aren't.
I don't care what they are, but I don't care if it was installed or not. Like, she is just too much.
Tyra Valkyrie?
Uh-huh.
I don't mind her at
Gary
all.
Jones says Kurt Angle's ex-wife, I mean. Oh, her ex-wife. Oh, no.
Kurt Angle is married to her? Is that what they're saying?
Ex-wife?
Is now with RVD?
I don't think so.
Oh, why are they? What are they? Oh, Jeff Jarrett. She's with Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isn't Kurt Angle's ex-wife with Jeff Jarrett?
Possibly. I know there was some sort of drama over there. In the wrestling industry, that stuff happens all the time. The old rule was if you have a wife, don't bring her to wrestling.
Right. Yeah, why would you? Like, keep her away from it. Like, and then keep your dick in your pants. Keep your own dick in your pants and keep your wife away from the shit. Jacob says, hey, Chris. And Chris says, yeah, but Taya Valkyrie is hot, though. Is she?
Yeah, she's got a pretty face.
Pickle's like, oh, installed like some curtain
Here
rods.
they come.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like a Volkswagen in a garage.
Chris says, but nothing compares to old Jamie Hayter.
What? Tyra Valkyrie is prettier than Jamie Hayter. Although Jamie Hayter has a better accent. Here comes the Usos. Is this it? No, there's still like a half hour left.
Matthew's like, LOL cola.
Are they going to wrestle tonight?
I don't
Oh, no, they want
think
mics.
so.
That's what it was. They don't want any of Randy. I think Randy would be better by himself.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I don't mean as a singles wrestler. Obviously, he's better as a single wrestler. I mean, in this situation, just have Riddle just go stand on the ramp.
Like, go over there. Go sit down. The big dog let his bitches off the leash. Ooh. Jacob's like, Chris, I said hey to you. Ooh. Drama in the chat, guys. Chris is like, the Usos will embarrass the family as usual.
They acting tough.
Gary says that Nikita got a whole bunch of junk. The Nikita Lions.
Yeah, she does. She beat that Lash Legend last week. That was pretty impressive. I thought that would be like a pay-per-view main event type match. And they did it last week just in the middle I was like, what? But
That's
yeah,
funny.
Nikita's going to be on the main roster, hopefully in the next just few months.
Jacob says, hey, Matthew, I noticed something. Ayla's not here. Chris says, hello, Jacob.
Pieces for the women in the week.
Yeah. Weak
Who is
and
this?
women.
Who's this?
More company of people? Another tag team? Oh, it's the Street
The
Profits.
Street Profits want some.
They want some. They want to be involved.
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Dawkins looks weird. What did he do to his face? Oh, he shaved his hair.
Yeah, his hair's a little shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they should do a triple threat and then they walk out with both of them. That'd be pretty funny.
Jacob says, Chris, are you going to any WWE shows this year? And Pico says, like the green one and the purple one. Chris says, don't have to say hello to anyone, but I'll entertain you and play your little game. Matthew says, Jacob, shoosh. Do not say her name. You might summon her wickedness.
Shoosh.
Heidi says, okay, I almost lost it at the average Avengers part. Chris says, Profits want to smoke. Vindicator says, so it looks like the so-called brand split is steadily being phased out with all these random wrestler crossovers.
Let it happen. It's fine. I think that's on there. I don't want that on there.
You notice what you have at the top, right?
That's what I said.
Does that come off?
Us. So they want in it.
I guess so.
They want the smoke.
They want that smoke, man. They want it.
They want the smoke.
And Jacob's like, Finn, how's it going, homie? Blah, 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 blah. We want to see a fight. Yeah, let's see it, Motor City.
I think we do.
They want to see it. I think they want to see the Street Profits go up against the Usos. And the Usos don't look happy. They look upset. They're like, oh, all right. Yeah, you're
Uso
funny.
Penitentiary.
You're so fun. Matthew's like, every time WWE does a brand split, they end up only doing it for a couple months. Jacob's like, I noticed something. You have all your social media above. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, trying to get fancy.
Fancy pantsy.
NXT 2.0
So
fancy.
night.
Dakota Kai wrestling tomorrow night against Mandy for the world title.
She has to because Raquel Gonzalez is gone.
Raquel left. Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, she is
She
now
is
on the
SmackDown.
main. Not sure she's going to enjoy being on the main, but you know, that's what it is. Vindicator's like, good. Jacob, you doing okay, bro? Bro, let me tell you, bro. You got to tell me you doing okay, bro. Yeah, bro. Piccolo says, how's Luke doing? Haven't seen him as a mob lately. He was in here way earlier, Piccola. He had an accident with his phone.
He got it pregnant. Too much porn.
So it's got to take a break for a minute.
9 months.
Jacob
Actually, I don't
says,
know how
I'm
long
doing okay,
phones are
bro,
pregnant
Ven.
for.
Well, he went to go eat, but I think he forgot to come back. Ravi probably fell asleep in his bathtub.
Drowned.
So it's all good. Chris says Dakota Kai better win the NXT Women's title tomorrow. Beagle's like, okay. So he broke his phone, and so he had all of his passwords and contact, all of his stuff to sign into things on it. And so he had to get a different phone, but he's waiting for his new phone to show up so that he can set that phone up for all this stuff. So, those phone accidents. Vindicator says Ravi sleeps more often than Kitty. Beagle says Ravi gets kidnapped every other week. Whatever. He came in one time and said, the reason why I wasn't here earlier was because he fell asleep in the bath. And I said, oh yeah, you almost died? Drowned yourself in the bathtub? Why are you doing that? Don't alive yourself. It's not that bad. Chris is like, his porn accounts got compromised. See, Chris knows. He totally knows. He knows what's going on with Luke's problems. It's terrifying.
That he's not pop-up.
No, that he wasn't pop-up, and then, people's like, damn, it happens to the best of us when your porn accounts get compromised. Yeah, exactly. Matthew's like, he's always out there in that daggone shed.
You're like 4.
You're 4.5. Well, you should be able to read, sir. If you can talk that well, child, then your mommy's not doing it right. She's supposed to teach you how to read, too. Just when you think it can't get any better,
it got better.
they have some disgusting Papa John's pizza commercial on there for everybody to throw up over. So nice of them. The action and whatnot.
The drama. Hey, it's the cards. You were just talking about those.
The Prism WWE trading cards. There you go. They're available now. Panini, whatever, WWE, all that fun stuff.
I'll have to order
cards.
a
Better
box
get some.
Or something.
Jacob's sending pictures of his WWE trivia book. Cool beans. Vindicator says, delete this fun being a mama bear again to such an innocent little feline and not worry about him growing up to be as smug and spoon-fed as the spawn of Flair.
I'm sure they'll be on the same level, except for it's a boy.
Chris says, Profits want to smoke, but I was thinking more of the smoke show like Scarlett, but she's not in WWE anymore.
Not anymore.
I don't even know if she's anywhere.
If I was, I think she's in TNA. If I was Vince, I would definitely sign her back up.
Pickle says, I had just realized on a Facebook post that next February will be my 20th anniversary of my first deployment in the sandbox. Wow.
It's been a minute.
Don't let it overwhelm you. Chris says, them Prism cards are valuable. Is it because they're sparkly? Like diamonds? Oh, God, they're showing what happened earlier because we're not watching an actual match.
Well, Veer needs to be shown. He wasn't on TV forever. I love Veer.
Because he beat up Dominik?
I wish they would do a little bit more like he was doing when he was with Jinder. Because he was badass there. And he still is, but he's not doing the same moves.
Right. He's doing some different shit, huh?
$1 million arm instead of just a big clothesline. His clotheslines were badass. Now he does it standing still. Or like Bray Wyatt would flip him. That's what he was doing that.
I wonder why they changed that. Chris is a tribal chief of Veer Mahan. Pico says, well, I keep in touch with several soldiers. Most of them are out and have families. That's cool. Gary says, Dominik, please go away for a while.
Right? Don't turn that ambulance around.
Right? Just go take him to the loony bin for a bit. 4 months or something so we forget who he is.
That's it. Next week, New World U.S. champion. Looks like Theory going up against
The
Balor.
women's tag team champions.
Next
week. There you go.
So they're not saving it for the...
Next week's Raw. They're doing it.
I just don't know why they wouldn't save it for the pay-per-view. It's like 3 weeks away.
Well, because they're going to win, so it doesn't matter. Oh, they had to go to commercial break while they got ready for those guys. That's weird.
All right, it's happening. Street Profits versus the Uso Penitentiary.
Usos and the Street Profits are right now, everybody. I think it might be the last one of the night.
Jimmy starting it out against Ford Montez. How do you know it's Jimmy? Because he's out of shape.
His hair's a lot longer than the other ones.
Yeah. Ford flips through, up and around. Got him a little armbar there. Oh, back into a side headlock, into the ropes.
Gary Jones says, will any of us remember Rick Boogs a year from now? Yes.
When he comes back, he's going to look different, and people are going to be like,
Who
who
is
is
this
that?
guy?
He looks so familiar.
Pico says, Dominik going to get jacked and surprise us all at Survivor Series. Or maybe not.
He comes back all roided up, looking like Hulk Hogan.
Gross.
All stretch marked, just there. Just angry, too. Just
He's
zits
got-
on his back.
I was going to say. I was just going to say that, too. Zits all over the place.
Coming back looking like
It's all angry and...
Eddie Guerrero. Like, what?
He really is his child. We all knew it. It's true. It's true.
Well, since he's a foot taller than his dad, I mean, it's possible. Although his wife's a foot taller than his dad, too.
Matthew says, how many wrestlers are out with injuries right now?
1. I don't know. I try not to write that down. I probably should just keep a list of all this stuff, like a running list. I've been doing it with AEW's titles, so I have every AEW title written down.
Gary Jones says, final question. What the hell is this Elias shit? Anybody? I'm confused.
It's
You and
Ezekiel.
Kevin Owens both, buddy. Kevin Owens is not happy
I'm
with
just
it.
hoping Elias comes back.
Like, no, it's going to be Ezekiel forever.
No, it could be Ezekiel and Elias teaming up
Oh, is that how it works?
when he comes back from whatever he did.
Pickle says, a good amount.
They look a lot alike, but that's because they're brothers. A lot of brothers look like that. But they weren't twins. They're definitely one's older than the other one. Throws him into the ropes. Dawkins jumps him. Whoa, Usos. Getting dirty. What is it, buddy? Mom's making fun of you.
Nobody's making fun of him.
He's very sensitive. Look how handsome he is. He's got a handsome little itch. Did he just whip you with his ear?
Mm-hmm.
Did it hurt you?
No,
Is he going to have cauliflower ear?
he might. Pickle says, be right back. All right.
All right, take care.
Don't be too long.
Jimmy
'cause the show
Uso's
will
still
be
in there
over.
with Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso getting busy. We got about 15 minutes left. 15-minute warning. This can't go 15 minutes, can it? I guess they could do another commercial and then have them come in and after the Usos beat them.
You think they're going to beat the Street Profits?
Oh, easy.
Why do you say that?
Because it
they're
wouldn't make any
worthless?
sense if Ford and Dawkins won. I mean, they might win like because Randy comes in and RKO's one of the freaking Usos or something. Because that's what Randy would do.
Right.
Because he's brutal like that. Are we going to get Randy versus Roman at some point? They're kind of running out of guys for Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to see that? Everybody. Nobody.
Randy versus
Roman.
They're like, we're not sure. We want
There's
to
a
put
tag.
you in a position to get another title, like a main title.
Oh, he's got it, though. Yeah, I think he's going to be the guy that breaks it, as he should be. Cena's tied, which made no sense to me. But he did a lot for the company, but just wasn't there long enough.
Matthew says Randy versus Roman. Maybe. Maybe.
If they did it right, it would work. But I don't know if you'd want to put the title on Randy, so.
Right?
But that would be a good one to have in the streak.
True.
Start building Randy as a badass.
Mm-hmm.
And then have him break his streak. It's not really a streak, whatever. Just the consecutive days.
Riddle over there with his all weird hand gesture he's got going on. Ew, my fingernails are painted. So creepy. Vinegar says, I actually like the Profits and the Usos, but this show has been mostly a drag.
It is.
But it takes the excitement out of this being a worthy main event. Matthew says, Bobby and Roman and almost triple threat match. Vindicator says, plus seeing a main event with fresh faces and matchups would have been better. Matthew says, maybe turn it into a fatal four-way with Drew.
Please no.
Bobby, Roman, Drew, and Omos. Oh, God.
No Omos.
Jacob says, I sent you some trivia questions and my book about WWE trivia. Saw your book.
Books. Oh, wow.
Meh.
Usos just used freaking Dawkins as a weapon.
Ouch.
Whoa, Ford over the top.
If I were you.
Lands on his feet and gets jiggy with it.
Comes.
Da 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 da. Well, you almost made it 3 hours. Hey, that's not for scratching. That's not for scratching.
Right?
Hey, it's still not scratching.
Stop that. No. Meow.
He's got Tolo. I'm not going to translate what that means. Not on air, at least. We might have to beep that. We need a beeper.
Beep. Mouthy little monster. Beep. You mouthy monster. What are you doing, mouthy? Hey, stop that.
It's like I'm tearing things apart.
Meh.
Go get her, buddy.
Meh.
Go get her.
Meh. Matthew says,
What's
here's
in
a
there?
trivia question. Who won the 2000 King of the Ring?
No idea.
No idea.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have no
Jacob
idea.
says, I heard his raspy meow. Yeah. Matthew's like, that's a cute rat. It is. He's very rat-like.
He's not a rat. You're not a rat.
He
You're
is
too
totally
handsome.
a little kitten.
You're totally handsome.
Little Siamese kitten.
Is it too stuffed? Oh, there he goes. Off to the docks.
Well, Argus is in the front room. And Naxos is whatever. But
Next is probably laying right there because he stopped.
yeah. I put the gate across the... So, but
Is his room open?
I don't think his room is open.
Oh. Oh, he's back. He's like, excuse me. There's a giant dog outside the door.
Are you crazy? What are you doing?
Second. Knockdown, drag out match. Should I call it? Just got him in a butt claw. So lower half is crippled. Now he's biting and scratching. It's great entertainment for the commercial break. Talitha going one-on-one with a cat. Like you wouldn't know. You only pay for what you line.
Gary Jones says, I lied. Is it me or does Veer's eyes look a little sideways? I'm just saying.
It's his left one. Cat has the same problem.
It looks that way and the other one looks the other way. Vindicator says, so I know how this one end with a classic run-of-the-mill 8-man brawl of some sort. Yada, yada. So I will see you guys and maybe Mr. Big Time Kitty as well on Wednesday. Take care, all you cool cats. Matthew says, our Olympic hero, King Kurt Angle, won the 2000 King of the Ring. It's true. It's true.
It's damn true.
Well, Vindicator, thanks for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday. Again, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Matthew says, but seriously, that is a cute kitten. When did you get it? We got him on last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday.
He was on the show with us. He wasn't so much on the show with us Friday. He was kind of a rambunctious little turd.
We put him in his room. He's got his own room. So.
He kind of takes like a 2-hour nap, and then he's fine. But yeah.
All right, we're back. Looks like Jimmy Uso's got Dawkins in a side headlock.
Vin, as Matthew says, Vin, be safe, homie.
All sorts of crazy chaos happening.
Montez Ford.
Old Montez needs to get in this match. They needs that hot tag. Come on, Dawkins.
Matthew's like, congrats with your new child, right?
Drives him down. Spinning neck breaker.
Monster. Got him. Brah. Jacob says, Travis, who was the very first WWE Hall of Fame inductee? Andre, Hulk, or Ultimate Warrior?
Andre.
Yes. Video here says, later, Matt, don't let any of
Ford already going up. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Look at that. Cross body off the top.
Oh!
Oh, big
Got him.
clothesline. Lariat
Oh,
style.
you missed out. There's a guy behind you. Oh,
Jimmy,
he's landed on his
Gross
feet,
kick
though.
to the gut. Kick to the face.
He kicked
right
him
to
in
the
his
back of the
face.
Jey Uso throws Ford into the corner. Ford up over the top of him. Cartwheel, somersault, round off.
Round off.
What's what they call it? Oh!
sounds like some kind of weed killer.
That's round
But
up.
it's round up. Don't trip me.
All right, this has been the longest match of the night so far, and it's still going. This is pretty great. He saw the cat. All right, Jay throws him into the ropes. Nobody was home. Or is that Jimmy? I can't tell. They're not holding the camera still enough. Nope. Yeah, it's Jay. Jay with a neck breaker. 1, 2. Ford kicks out. What you smuggling? So what you smuggling?
Garbage.
Your car keys?
No, I already started the car. I didn't.
Very wise. Is that what you went to do?
Yeah, but I opened his door so we could go in there and
Uh-oh.
drink some water.
Dawkins just stole Jey Uso. Jimmy's swinging wildly. Is this enough? 1, 2, and no.
Oh, he almost had him.
Dawkins coming in. Nobody's home. Oh, he just got punched in the side of the face while he was trying to do his little splash. Ford going up top. Ultimate Warrior style. Is this going to be a clothesline? No, neck breaker off the top. Oh, Ford hurt himself. He's like, oh. 1, 2, and Jimmy kicks out.
Oh, you could
Jimmy
see it in
kicked
his
out.
face.
No, I don't care. Jimmy kicked out. No, I don't care.
Matthew says Andre is bigger than Hulk, and Jacob says ding ding, and Pickle says take care, Vindicator. Matthew says Vin laughing my fucking ass off, ha ha ha. I practice socialism distancing daily, lol. Love you, brother. Vindicator says be cool, Fat Lisa. That message comes from Ayla. Bye, guys. Gary's like, I thought Marv was wearing the panties. Chris says,
Yeah, I can't remember how
we
it
should
happened.
also practice the one-child policy, Matthew.
Oh! Jimmy, the big right hand right into Dawkins. This is where Dawkins is gone. It's over right here. Uso's going to win it. Jay going up top. Frog splash. Oh, Dawkins got his feet up.
Ford's in the corner.
Ford.
Hot tag.
He's like, oh,
Oh, I tripped over my rope.
He tripped. He's going up top.
Whee!
They're going to win it. They're
Got
going to
him.
beat the Uso. Penitentiary.
Go get him.
Oh, his
Lay at him.
abdomen's hurting him. 1, 2, and...
Oh, his bro
Jimmy with
saved
the
him.
save.
Damn. Poor Ford. He lost his guts.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have bounced 10 feet back up in the air and landed over there, he could have won.
Yeah. Jacob says, Travis, did you know that there are 29 superstars with over 400 wins in WWE?
I did not.
Matthew says, Backlash doesn't seem to be adding up to much so far.
No.
Yeah, it'll take a minute for him to do anything. Did they go back to just calling it Backlash?
It looks
or
like
is it WrestleMania Backlash?
It just said Backlash up there in that corner, but
I would hate that lighting gimmick they have. The people that are like in the red lighting, and then you have the people in the white lighting,
because
and
of
it's
prostitution. Like you'd get confused. Like people would be like,
are you a prostitute?
"Do I give you money here?
Are you in the red light district?
All right, Uso over the top. That's Jimmy. Jay
Matthew says,
misses.
LOL, Chris, that's more than I was
Ford with a
expecting
double
to
slap.
have.
I don't even know what the hell that was called, but it's awesome. Throws him in. Ford's going to be the one that gets pinned right here. It's over. The 3D. Count to 100.
No.
1, 2, and 3.
Dang it.
14-28.
They tried their hardest. They were like, no, really, we're winners. Mm-hmm.
A 15-minute match. Not wrong. Nothing wrong with that.
Right?
Not wrong with that. Been talking for a long time.
Cool. Thanks for the link, Jacob, for that WWE trivia game book. That's pretty cool.
Q. We like trivia.
Trivia is fun. Chris was like, the one day, and Chief Detective Martha of Chicago was like, well, got a Bravo now. See you Wednesday. Luna's like, I'm gone now. Okay.
All right, well, there's still 2 minutes left, and Randy is in the ring with Riddle, the RK Bro. They're showing all the belts. They're going to unify these championships. Winner take all.
He's going to get your shoe.
At Backlash.
He's got it.
All 4 feet, too.
He's like, I'll kill you. And your little kids, too.
No, Usos walking away. They don't want any of that. But not after a match like that. I think Randy
Jacob
should
says,
RKO
you guys
one
should
of them.
order it sometime. Gothlesia says, I have a son to raise in the morning. And Chris says, Battle of Belts. Lots of battles of belts.
That could be the main event if Roman doesn't have a match.
Missy the Skunk says, bye. Bye. Stinky butt. Pretty sure
Did Dawkins come at him?
that you pooped.
I think Dawkins just came at him.
At who?
At Riddle.
Oh,
Oh!
poor Ford.
Okay, well, look behind him. Double thrust kick. Oh! Orton just got double thrust kick.
Phew. Stinky. Matthew says, no way, RK Bro and the Usos unifying the championships. That ought to be a good match. Hi to the Staten Islanders like, what?
What? Double thrust kick. Right to the grill.
Get out of there. Poop. Get out.
Now, the Usos holding up all the gold. Is that as close as they'll get to holding up all the gold?
What are you doing, Stinky? Can you smell it? I think he took a big old poo-poo.
Well, hopefully it's in his box.
Right?
All right.
All right, everybody. Heidi's like, what? Matthew's like, don't much with the Viper. And Gary Jones like, taking all the gold. Good night. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for this Monday Night Raw. We really appreciate it. We will see you guys again back here on Wednesday. You guys have a great rest of your night, a great Tuesday, and we'll see you Wednesday for AEW Dynamite.
Thanks for watching Wrestle Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.